Hello, welcome back. Fisher, thank you for the $6. Much appreciated. I'm very poor right now. I hope everyone is healthy of the Yeah, I assume probably a lot of people are. But how's everyone's time off been? We saw you guys last week a little bit just before. God, I can't remember the last day. Tuesday the 27th, I think, is the last time we streamed. Yeah. Me and Ralph were doing a little bit of a solo bolo. 2-part mini-series, but we haven't had Kingslayers in a hot minute, and it's happy to be back. Last we left off, our party finally made their way back to Burton, making their way, talking to a couple of key NPCs in Burton, getting up to a little bit of trouble in Burton, and collecting some rewards. Then they got access to a teleportation circle, and I know we ended last session off, but it's a little bit of a rush, so we're going to just rewind by like 20 minutes of that session. We're just going to restart from when the parties got to the Jorhakin home of Zakir in the archives of Arasanra. Please be patient with me today. I do have COVID again. This may feel like deja vu because, yes, the first session of 2022, I also had COVID. We're consistent. But as the teleportation goes off, some characters making some select purchases before they go to Zakir. You arrive in the warmly lit interior with the familiar look of High Curator Corzet Cedra, standing tall and proud, his daughter Viola beside him, his robes very much so formally fit, his arms folded, looking over at you all, scanning. You handed him the book back, and familiar, he removed his wraps and you saw the ink disappear from the pages. Thank you for returning everything to us. This is better than I thought you could do, if I'm honest. You also said you avenged my agents in the field.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see to a proper burial of them?
What did we do with the bodies? I can't remember for the life of me.
There wasn't a lot left, as if I remember. They kind of gooped, didn't they?
They kind of got...
became gooped, but also
got gooped.
The house was handled by the law authorities, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I believe it was somewhat out of our means to give a proper burial.
To what was left?
Yes, unfortunately. Also, not overly knowing any. I'm not familiar with any funeral rites in the Jorhakin.
That's all right.
Forgive my ignorance.
I assume the authorities, if you alerted them of the location, would have seen to the burial of anyone that was inside.
That did happen.
You are owed information now, but I do owe you a small bit of gratitude for the avenging of my fallen comrades. It's not much, but it is tradition to... I'll explain. As he pulls a small bag of gems, and he takes out 4 gems total. Normally when the eyes of a Jorhakin go dull when they die, we replace them with the brightest topazes we have. So, you may have them in this stead, for at least seeing to that they were avenged, as he hands you 4 topazes, each worth 150 gold.
Thank you, Korsif. We appreciate that gesture from you.
Very kind.
My daughter speaks very highly of you, and it is time now for you to get your access to information. If you wait here and provide me with the topics of which you wish to seek. As I assume you give off the first information for the Soul Anchor.
Yeah.
I'm going to recap what going through, just to refresh everyone's memory. So, he comes back through and he explains that the Anchor of Svatnir, designed by Valentir Svenjat Tyrandir, or Valna, as you would have known her in the cellars. It is not a complete text, but to create it one must have 4 chains forged from the blood of 2 devils and 2 celestials. Once embedded, they are impossible to remove by many mortal means. However, if one is to collect ice from the frozen palace of the Frozen Lord in Osiris and melt that atop the peak of Rebosa in a forge of an archangel and drown the anchor in this water, you can then bring it back. AJ, what the fuck? 50 bucks, buddy.
Yeah.
The fuck? Why would you do that when I'm narrating? Thank you,
Instructions are
AJ.
fun.
Thank you. Fuck you, but thank you. Anyway, you figure out how this is done. If you want to ask some questions on the anchor, you can. He will explain more of the text if need be.
I'm curious, how much did Joranvir tell us about the anchors in terms of what they actually can be, what they are? Because he said that like they're usually people, if that's correct.
Yes.
Like they're almost the
anchor is the
young
person.
People, right?
Yes,
Young
right.
people.
Younger because the anchor doesn't extend the target's life, and the target doesn't normally live too long because the anchor is so dangerous.
Right.
And from the information of the anchor, do I understand correctly that we need to kill the devils in hells, or it can be like any
No.
type?
You
of...
don't need to kill anything. You just need to get ice from the palace of the Frozen Lord.
Well, did you say 2 celestials?
That's how this anchor is made. It's made with the blood of
Ah.
2 devils and 2 celestials.
We don't need that shit.
No,
Okay,
you're not
I got
making it. You're trying to dispel it. But in the
Well,
process
you
of
don't know me. What if I make one?
Oh no.
bet.
Is that what applies for? What?
So
Okay.
you technically don't need to kill anything in theory, but you do need to
Yeah.
somehow get a favor from one of the 7 regents of hell, or steal some of his ice from his palace, or, you know, maybe make a deal. And then you must bring it to atop a peak in Rebosa and melt it in an archangel's forge. You don't know any angels with a forge. You don't know any archangels with a forge either. So trying to find either is a journey, but you now have an information to go off of. It's more than you had. You also now know that Anathor had a bastard in Valna.
Yeah.
Which then also completes that whole leak there about what's going on with her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't fully complete it because she's still like unkillable and weird.
Well, that's the soul anchor, I imagine,
Yeah.
that's causing her, stopping her from dying.
Being a witch.
she's her own. We don't know if she's connected to the same dude, right? She has
No,
her
you-
own
you-
stuff.
no idea.
She has her own.
She has her own.
Yeah, so
But
we
he is
imagine that she
using
has her own
her
somewhere.
ritual to
Yeah, her knowledge. Yeah.
to bind
Wait.
himself.
Doesn't that go against? Because wasn't a soul anchor described as like if you die, then you kind of become the anchor?
No, you use the soul of the anchor to be reborn. You don't become the anchor. It just
Okay,
it
so
brings you
is
back
it
into.
over and over again, or
Yeah, so if you're anchored, if you die, the anchor is consumed and you get brought back to where the anchor was.
Yeah.
So does that mean that she has like a bunch
a
of
lot?
like 100
That means she has
anchors?
every time she has died, she's made another anchor and made another attempt.
But how?
Okay.
If she's like imprisoned and
That's they haven't killed her this time.
I see. I was just under the impression that they tried to kill her in the cells like 500 times and it never worked.
No, they've killed her
But
many
also-
times, but she has come back and tried to kill people and killed many
I see,
people
I see.
again.
Hmm
It also
And you
means
look
that
the same, right?
Yeah. Now you can't. One thing about the soul anchor is it doesn't stop aging. So if you're a creature that worries about aging, that's also an issue. But for someone like Samael, it's the perfect kind of. I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm divine.
Yeah.
means that Valna is uber
Also,
powerful.
it
as
binds
well.
you to a realm, so Samael
Yeah.
would not be able to be banished to the celestial realm with a soul anchor present.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Which
like
adds
banishment,
up.
like even like temporary wouldn't work.
He is immune to anything that would try and
So you're
unanchor him
banishing
from this plane.
Smite, he's gonna go like this.
Yes, he is immune to any effect that would try and send him to another plane of existence. With an anchor
Damn, we
available.
can't just plane shift him away.
Nope. Any effect like that is you get the feeling that fighting
Does
him with
the-
a soul anchor would be quite pointless because he would just come back.
Does,
Yeah.
Mhm.
does
It
the
can delay some time.
research,
True, but you also for reference, it is common knowledge as like, not like great knowledge, but he is still a vampire lord. Even after his first death, he would go back to his crypt, and you'd need to kill him in his crypt or some other means during that. So essentially, you'd have to kill him in a location or at his home where he would be stronger, and then get to his home and kill him again. And if the soul anchor's up, you'd have to get him a third time before he can do it all again. Maybe even 4 times.
Do we know the period between he's dead, he's reborn, and the anchor? Do you know how long that takes?
No, the texts are incomplete.
Okay.
It appears that the Jorkin managed to get these texts in some form of like, there is probably a window, and they probably got that from Valna's home in between anchors.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that mentions what would happen if both the anchor and are both the anchor and the Anki? I don't know. Samael, are they both
Anki.
immune to this banishment?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So you can't banish the
Good
target.
to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, can't banish either of them though.
That's why after you get the water from Rabosa, you're going to need to bring that melted thing back to the prime material. Do it all there.
Yeah.
You gotta break his Anki.
Break his fucking ankles.
That's good.
He's got weak ankles.
Same.
Oh no.
Twisting that
How the
bitch
fuck
all
are we
the
going
time.
to carry water from one plane to it? Anyway.
Ice, not water.
Ice and then water
Then
after you get it
water.
melted.
But
and
like
then water, and then yeah.
like vessels exist.
Mm.
We can.
You do have a
we
portable
also do
hull.
that.
That's not the
True.
part I'm
Yeah,
most
true.
concerned about.
Yeah, that's fine, AJ.
Oh, fuck,
We
how are we going to carry water? Everyone has a cup in their hand, be like, fuck, we
Yeah,
only got
yeah.
this much, put their face in it, we got to drown them in my hands.
And we know, like Mr. Bean will like suddenly trip over something like whoa, 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 whoa. Like, absolute idiots.
Yeah, that's Merc. That's
Yeah.
Merc. Anyway. I think that's all the questions I've got.
Well, do we have a limit, or can we ask some other?
You can
stuff?
ask some other stuff, but you kind of get from you can ask Corzet these things as well. But it's kind of like they're not just going to give you information if they don't feel if it's something either that they're willing to separate and give knowledge out with, or if they feel like it's not really part of, like, if there's not good reasoning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wanting to stop the Saint of Undeath is a good enough reason after they saw what you did.
Cool. What were our other questions, folks?
Also, as you're doing this all, consider this isn't not new news to you, because you met Canondeer. But
Canondeer,
Corzith, looking over you all, says, "It's good to see at least one of you has the sleeping bloodline completely severed."
Yes, that was something I
Was
was meaning to bring up after all this was resolved. Canondeer, Corzith's brother, confirmed that obviously my connection to the Shard has severed any connection to the sleeping bloodline, which
Nice.
completes Jornvir's theory that the Eye of Ruin is capable of that.
Congratulations,
Good to know.
I guess.
I mean, there's no I guess
Thanks.
to it. It's good, very good news.
It's quite helpful. I mean, it means that we have one less person that we need to worry about.
Very true. And it also
Precisely.
means that Cal's god can do what Mercs cannot.
Damn.
Rush.
Jesus Christ.
Is this around the same time that I get to feel the note being slipped?
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Zamari? Okay.
Also, Cavacinder, you also know in character that you have a lot you're going to be asking of Corzith in these next coming moments, and you know a certain
Yeah.
bribe from his brother that can make this easier.
Oh yeah. Korzith, do you mind if the two of us just have a private word? It can be in a moment after we've finished handling these texts, but just
Sure.
to discuss some things. Oh,
Okay.
by the way, I brought you these. As just sort of walking off, he'll pull out the produce the what were they again? The what were they? The ginger snap biscuits for Korzith that
Oh,
his
fuck
brother
yes.
mentioned as
Nice.
a week's
That is such a good bribe.
And
Oh, fuck.
as you
how
know from
crazy.
his brother, Corzith has very few weaknesses, but ginger snap biscuits is a very rare thing to get in Zakir. As he kind of
Nice.
looks at them and goes, "Ah, so you spoke to Canondeer. as one of the arms reaches out and grabs him and just folds them back into the rope.
I did.
And you just hear, like, you don't see the hands, it's very subtle, but you hear the crack of the case. And just...
Beautiful.
So what other information do you all need now? Or we'll talk of your private matter when we have finished everything.
Absolutely.
What other topics do you need?
Where was the list of questions?
Or do you want to...
really far back. I'm still trying to grab it.
Well, while we were finding, you know one from Zamani already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to actively
That should not be
say
asked
that.
about in front of Zamani, though.
That's one of the things that he's going to do say privately, is do it then. Yeah, because otherwise the little disintegration like,
Kind of sus.
sus.
I bet you it's for the Frozen Lord. Not for me.
Yeah.
It's for sure the Frozen Lord, for sure.
Yeah, don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Those guys
no mortal
cringe.
could kill him, let's be honest. He's a Lord of Disintegration. He can't be killed, you know.
We ramble a lot. Just saying.
Consistently,
I disagree.
constantly.
Yes.
This was in December, right?
Actually, there was something, I remember one of the questions. What binds a Celestial to the Celestial realm and prevents them from coming here, such as with the other Ascended? Why they were banished. What is it?
He already starts talking, but he does send an aide to go and get a text, just so kind of like he has a lot of this information memorized, but he's just like bringing out his sources, so it's more like you know he's not bullshitting. So tracked back to the start of time, when everything sort of founded, there is many creatures that crop up throughout history, but the Giants called it the Divine Observer. It was one of the first beings ever made, or the first, from what we think. And there's 9 beings that track their parentage back to it exactly. They're called the Sentry Great Worms. Each Great Worm watches over a realm of existence and makes sure that the world continues. Now, to varying success. There's been, for example, on our realm, the Onyx Great Worm. It is the founding reason of Avagrad. It helped during the 300-year war versus the Jotuns. However, you look at something like Rebosa as a plane of existence. And the balance that is kept there is kept by... I'm going to just pull this up because it's just my brain. It's the Ruby Great Worm, I believe. Or is it? No, it's the Jade Great Worm.
It's the Jade Great Worm.
Yes. The Jade Great Worm. It makes... You have to understand, an Ascended God is very much so like a emblazoned Archangel. They're stronger than any Celestial, but they are Celestial by nature. It's what differs them from the great old gods. They are not Celestials. They are not of the Celestial realm. A Ascended God is akin to a Regent of Hell, but they, for the balance of it, the Jade Great Worm sees it that beings of that power should be bound to Rebosa. Now, they can manipulate the roots of the woad that stretch throughout all regions of existence. But to do so, it requires sufficient power to distract or such the Jade Great Worm. And the main difference between an Archangel and the Ascended Gods is somehow their power gets emboldened by worship.
Right. Just to clarify as well, never would have heard of the Great Ones before. No
one, unless you're from Arvagrad, you wouldn't really know much about Great Worms. And even though you don't even know about the Onyx, and knowing about the others is it's just non-existent, really.
Fascinating. So that is the reason this Great One, this Jade Great One, is the reason why all of the Ascended were pulled back.
Correct. But you'd look at someone like McGreggy, and the Jotuns have an innate immortality and an infinite essence to provide power back through. Or someone like Samael, who I assume can use a lot of hemomancy to deceive the connection.
All right.
Found it.
That is a lot to take in.
Good information to finally know in character.
Yeah, no, that was good to
Yeah.
hear it.
I found the wrong thing.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm very sad now.
It's not. This isn't a question relating to Samael, but it's a question that might keep us alive in order to stop Samael. Do you have anything on the Flameborn? As I may have pissed them off a little recently.
That is, it's a different topic altogether. It's just... Sure. What specifically do you wish to know?
If they
Sorry
have
for
any
that.
specific...
That's I'll have to refund that for that is a thing that's not meant to be active during regular games. That's only for world building, so I will turn that off. But that is. Oh, where would that even be? Viewer reward. No, it's all right.
I mean, let's be honest. You are sick, so your voice is kind of in the middle between those two already. So it's
No,
kind of
it's,
got it.
I can. Would you rather me refund us? I don't know how to refund points off the top of my head. I have to find out. Or would you just like to give advantage to a player instead for this roll that Marquez is about to have to make?
Whoa.
I'll need it. I'll fucking need it for joke.
Because they're the same value.
I can also refund it, so it's whichever one for sure.
Yes. Just say whatever you want. Yeah, give it that same cost. So, Mercastiel, which facet of knowledge on the Flameborn do you so wish to know?
I suppose location would be important, or yeah, if there's a general location that they tend to focus their efforts around, or whether they're just scattered around, I suppose, so I can avoid them better.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage, thanks to the redeem.
If the DC's over 20, I can't make it.
It's not.
Oh, ooh, thank you. I rolled a 5 and an 18 for a 16 total.
Damn.
So this is something that Corzet doesn't know off the top of his head, but a text does come back to him, and he speaks of there was believed to be a large central hub that they had some many years ago in Mount Iraman. There was one angel of avarice who once tried to make the volcano explode to try and bring on the doomsday that Solalia would so wish. The location has been tracked from Mount Iraman eastward to the northern reaches of Avograd's territories, somewhere beyond the mountain reaches. The exact location is unknown, but they seem to be very active in that side of the world. So he's talking somewhere, for your reference, about here.
Wait, you said Angel of Avarice. Isn't
Yes.
that a demon thing?
Is that like a...
I thought angels are like good shit.
I mean, great is good.
Is it?
Yeah, is...
Is Avarice good?
It's one of
Maybe
Solelia's
that's
angels.
my second language bullshit,
Yeah.
but I'm like, that's not good.
Solelia's agents are still Celestials. They're just not exactly. Let's not say corrupt,
I was
because
gonna
that's
say,
that's a weighted
there are-
word.
I mean, there are also
Yeah.
evil deities as well, like Serok, who
Okay.
still have celestials of their own, but they're evil. So it's like,
So Celestials are not good in alignment.
They are more often good. It is in more nature, but just like you can find some devils who are more inclined to be helpful, there are some angels that are selfish and some that do not wish to follow the same. It's not like a realm of utmost good. No realm is in Quentos exactly 100% anything.
Yeah.
There's leanings for sure. Like the majority of the celestial realm is good, but then you have the deities that corrupted the angels. So they probably were good before, like Celelio, Serok, Anathex, Hickenir showed up, and then they start corrupting.
Right.
Boy, here I go, corrupting again.
Thank you. I think that was the main thing I wanted to know. Just didn't want to accidentally stumble across a cult.
That's quite all right. Is there anything else you all wish to have me find information on?
This might be a long shot, as I don't even know exactly what it is that I'm searching for here, but are there anything pertaining to Mount Onda in your archives?
Give me a persuasion check.
19.
19. The elves of Mount Ondai are very secretive by nature. We've sent agents in there to get information on prophecies that they have had before, as like them or not, you cannot deny their capability for prophecy and divination in Mount Ondai. I have information on some prophecies they have done, but I'm not sure that's relevant to you all.
It may be relevant to myself. As to a wider context of everyone, maybe not, but I think certainly.
I can tell you that the prophecies do not involve your Starless. They do have some control over garnering prophecy, but some of their prophecies are vaguer, and there's a certain hesitance to give out information on prophecies, as one could quickly find them become self-fulfilling once people know of them.
That's very understandable. I can definitely see where they would come from with that. All too well. The only other thing that I was, curious about, considering the context of your archives here, is whether or not you had anything of catastrophic grave concern concerning the Empire of Ghouls.
The Empire of Ghouls. Give me a persuasion with advantage for this one. Because this is it's not something he's too keen on discussing, but...
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that is DC. We know little greatness of the Emperor of Ghouls, but we do know some small facets of knowledge. We know that they go once originally by the name Yaja Marikt. They are believed to be the first Illithid. The beings themselves come from, well, if one wants to trace anything of odd nature, you can look to Karsathor. The shifting storms of chaos often spit out many things, and Yajamaricht is believed to be the first Illithid. It is not known why he left his people on the moons around there. However, it is known that he uses the same sort of hive mind to connect all ghouls together. There is a concern for your people that speaks of a connection of the... If the ruling king or queen of Vision Alexander were to fall under it, it is believed that there is a locked away knowledge in the minds of your ruler that he is seeking. As for the knowledge, I'm not sure what that is, but we have had few agents make contact is the wrong word, as we do have links to the world below beneath us here, but the ghouls are a concern for everybody, and your people do excellent work to stop it.
For now.
For now.
We know that they have something of an alliance with Samael. We've seen their work begin here on the surface, as have supposedly a few other kingdoms as well. That is deeply concerning, but thank you, Consul.
It is believed he has no contact to other, or limited contact to other Illithid.
Right.
Perhaps that could be a tenuous avenue to look down if you find yourselves in the shifting storms of chaos. You could find information if you risk contact with more Illithid. I would not advise it, but if it was a desperate play for knowledge.
Indeed.
He is there first.
Truly would have to be desperate.
Question. Have we told this guy about Joranvir?
No.
Okay. Then, just before I ask that in character, just to refresh it because it's been a while, Joranvir says we're going to go to the Lake Hath Spire and we're going to ask the Eye of Ruin to touch our mind with madness.
Yep.
So, okay, then Rainier will ask if they're here. Can we talk to him?
Yeah, you can talk to Korsith. You can talk
Yes.
to Joranvir's not here.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in here with you.
Of course. Okay. So then Rainier will ask, we are planning to get rid of the sleeping bloodline using powerful forces of the Eye of Ruin. Do you have any information on that and how to survive that? Because according to our sources, it is a tricky thing to do.
I'm not going to call for a roll for this one because that's pretty on your linear knowledge that you're kind of looking for. Again, he gets someone to go off to get tomes to back up his knowledge, but he starts speaking before that. I believe what you're specifically recollecting here is a disease more commonly known as godblight. It was known from the Great Old Ones when they assume a more true form of their being. It is known on times that Great Old Ones have appeared looking akin to elves, to star elves, I believe. And that is a fine form for them to appear to one in, but if you were to view them in a more eldritch nature, it cracks one's mind. It's a difficult thing to overcome. Its symptoms have ranged from complete memory loss to death to many facets. It develops differently in many peoples. However, it is believed that in the time of the War of the Gods on the other realm of existence, the other side, so to speak, which he's actually kind of shocked that you're all not surprised, mind blown by that. He kind of takes a stop.
We had a friend.
Yeah,
We went
he stops
fishing,
for a
he told
second.
us.
He goes, okay. It is believed that the utmost high clerics of such were able to cast spells to remove it.
So there's no way to actually protect your mind before that.
Not that knowledge shows. It is... If one shard of a Great Old One was enough to sever the sleeping bloodline within Calasindia, you're not dealing with a shard, you're not dealing with a cracked mind, and if you can, I will say, our records that we have tracked show that the Eye of Ruin, since stepping on Quenthos, has never assumed his eldritch form.
Wonderful.
So that would mean that we have to persuade him first to take this form.
It is believed he was the prime reason behind the War of the Gods that the Farwalker and such escaped from And upon coming to Quenthos, he swore off violence, looking for redemption from his brother, the Farwalker, even going as far as to give him his weapon. And I do not know if the Farwalker would see it as a sign of aggression, as it is believed that the old gods only assumed their eldritch forms when in times of great duress, and power was needed above all else.
Okay, so
That is a lot to take in.
could it then be an avenue that we attempt to contact this Farwalker in order to explain to them what?
Ask him. Yeah, that's a lot of gods we're planning to contact, thinking that they will actually give us the time of day.
If you were looking for the Farwalker, it is believed that the high priests of Thiel do remain in contact with their deity. That is the only city of founding in Quenthos that was founded from those from the other side.
Right.
It is, yes.
Do you have any, any documents or writings about the direct lineages and connections between old gods?
I do not.
Right.
I am aware of texts that lie within Thiel, however, that do.
A long journey, and
Perhaps not.
we could very much try to beseech the Eye of Ruin anyway. Attempt it in Lake Aspire.
Would you have any magic circles leading to Theo?
I do not. I have circles to a few locations throughout the world, but Thiel is not among them. The closest I know of would be Avagrad.
Do I know if, just from brief conversations and stuff, whether Everard had much of or the Kingdom of Burton had much to do with the Kingdom of Thiel?
Roll me a history check.
The city of Thiel. Thank you.
Kingdom now. I just haven't settled on a country name for them.
Alright, that's actually 16 total. I rolled a 10.
16 total. No, I'm gonna roll for a DC because just
Yeah, that's alright.
yeah. So you actually recall a brief story Everett told you when you were staying there before, of a time when his father was a squire to a well-renowned knight, Velfira of the Order of the Ark, and they had done work up in Thiel for quite some time that had introduced Anathor to the ruling body of Thiel. And there was good relations there. It was bar the prophecy, Anathor wanted to strengthen relations by marrying someone from the Morrowbeer, but his prime suitor was actually a candidate from Thiel.
Okay, so there is a chance, perhaps slim, perhaps not, that we could get access to a circle in Thiel, maybe.
If someone knows, Jarenvir probably knew, and Ruventier has most of Jarenvir's notes for that sort of stuff.
Ruventier. Oh, is that
that's the new
Star Wizard? Okay, sorry.
Okay, so out of character, just so I understand this. So we know that if God of Eye of Ruin show us his pretty little face, we definitely go crazy. And the only way to get rid of that is high-level cleric. We don't know what that entails, but we know that there are cool clerics in Thiel. I feel like if we are planning to talk to them, so they talk to Farwalker.
You could also
so
just do Farwalker instead of Eye of Ruin. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the deity.
that's what I'm thinking. Like we can just, but we have the fucking scrolls in like Heathspire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's another
also,
reason.
the other thing is the Farwalker, as the name kind of indicates, it does not stay in one place very often.
Far away.
Yeah,
No-
that's the
nobody
problem
knows.
is no one knows where the Firewalker is. It's believed that the ruling body of Thiel still does keep in contact with the god, but based on his nature, he does not like to stay in one place because it's also kind of dangerous because they exude too much energy.
Yeah, that's fair. But
Yeah.
like we are basing this Thiel thing on our need to ask his permission for the Eye of Ruin to manifest his Eldritch
Which you don't know if that's true. That's just a theory that
Yeah.
the Firewalker could see it as a sign of aggression. Maybe, but if he doesn't have his weapons, maybe not.
And also he's far away, so
Yeah.
like maybe he doesn't know about it. Also, question: when he said we need a high-end cleric for getting rid of it, do we understand what he means by this?
So it's believed that there was not so much like cleric is the like mechanical term kind of. It's a high priest of the old gods used to know a ritual to remove godblight.
Okay, so
Perhaps either the Firewalker has a priest that knows that still, or maybe the Eye of Ruin brought over followers. There could be a priest with him, and it may not even be an issue. You can get to Lake Headspire. He did bring over followers. The Eye of Ruin may have people there that could go, I haven't done this ritual in like a couple centuries, but all right.
I think that would make sense. Thiel thing is very far away, you know, like it's
Yeah.
if we get the blight thing and we don't have anyone there, we might need to go to Thiel like, hey, sorry, we fucked up, help us.
so
yeah, I mean,
it
I just
is-
can't get a feel for it.
Hey, that was
Fuck my
good.
life.
Also,
So-
question: do we get any symptoms? Do we know the symptoms of godblight?
So I'm gonna have to dig deep. So 1 second. I have my ye old book of diseases that I wrote once upon a time. Yeah.
That's right.
It's just our
could I
faces.
Just while you're looking that up, Des. While you're looking that up.
Bet. Bye
So
bye.
yes,
Gotta go downstairs.
yes,
Bye.
Thiel is really, really far away. Yes,
Yeah,
but we have access to teleportation, so we could be there and back within a day
if we have the
get
circle.
access.
If we have
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
circle
That's
here.
not the issue. The issue is like us spending time explaining it to them, persuading them to talk to Firewalker.
Yeah, if they ask for you to do a job for them to prove your like,
It's such a drawn out thing. That's my thing, you know. I'm just worried that it's too
But
much.
coming
also,
back up the stairs.
getting to
Oh, you don't have
Lake
escalators?
Headspire will be
No.
Lake Headspire will most likely be a pretty drawn out thing as well. Won't
No,
it?
it's
Because
easy.
We'll be going.
It's very very
So-
simple. Very plotted it out. We teleport to Rindleton. Rindleton take the road to Lavoka. Lavoka to Yundev. Yundev there's a port.
Raph has been saying this to me for
You
weeks.
said it's very easy and then goes into like a paragraph.
Okay,
Yeah, but
It's
I-
simple.
still,
It's just one
that's
journey.
still
I thought it was
several
a
days of travel
So I've got
through
information
unknown
for you.
territory.
But it's guaranteed.
Before we start arguing, let's listen to what Des says.
Godblight are more commonly known back during the Age of Mysticism as just the Blight, an ancient disease from the Age of Mysticism, named as such as it's contracted by seeing a god in its truest of form. A madness of the mind, it can be severe. Ancient knowledge speculate a treatment of a spell forgotten by time. The symptoms start out by sweating and visions, hearing voices, hallucinations of both physical and auditory, general fatigue, and eventually paranoia until the mind will refuse to sleep. And you die.
That's us.
I mean,
we
that's
have
a-
it.
Zamani basically had that earlier with the world cracking around.
Jen,
I'm,
I'm gonna blow your mind here. You suffered from godblight very minorly until Calisthenia got it removed.
oh,
So wait, does that mean she doesn't have the sleeping bloodline anymore? Because she did have the godlight.
It wasn't long enough.
that's true. Damn.
Oh, how long does it need to be?
I don't know. I don't know.
77
That's such a bitch answer.
I'm not Jarnveer. Go ask Jarnveer.
You literally are Joranvir. You're all those bitches.
Jarnveer's not here.
I mean,
Can I
we
talk
do
to
have-
Joranvir, please?
I don't know.
We-
Maybe
we
play a
can
caster and
literally
get
do that.
sending when you're artificer.
No, we have.
Maybe I will.
Des, you gave us a mirror to contact Joran.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, so we don't
They're
need
just
sending.
being a little
What the
bitch,
fuck?
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody just pulled some air out.
It's fogged out from the boobies.
Yeah. She keeps everything important in there.
Oh, Joranvir is like, aha, keep it long as
It
money.
never goes off. It's just like no. There's a command word. You want to contact Jarnveer?
Well, first we ask if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, the library is pretty secretive, you know.
No, that's fine. You're in like kind of a containment area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We turn on the mirror. We hold it like you have a cell phone and you're trying to do a group call with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, who's
Jarnveer
the
The command
looks.
is
Jarnveer is
So-
currently somewhere out. It's just like sky behind him. There's like, you can see like he's clearly being buffeted by a lot of wind. It looks like he's flying somewhere. He goes, "What is it? How can I help you?"
I don't remember the question.
All right, goodbye.
No,
How-
that was out of character, please.
How long?
I got
of
distracted
an
by
ex-
the way you were talking about titties. I'm sorry.
Blight, God Blight. How long?
How long
Oh,
of
yeah.
an exposure to this god blight do we need to sever the connection? Do you think?
I don't think you
No.
need a connection to the Godblight at all. I think the Godblight is a symptom that may happen. You need to be to the eldritch being of the deity. The Godblight is a side effect.
Okay.
I'm
Ha-
just to let you know, Jarnveer, to fill you in. My acquisition of a shard severed the sleep and bloodline on me, so we know that there is truth.
Excellent. My
theory.
theory is correct. But
Mhm.
we do not know how long that is, I assume, on your person at all times, so we do not know if that is... If that shard is... It's clearly not enough to break your allies as
It
well.
lives in his personal
No.
pocket.
Prison post.
I do not know, to be perfectly honest to all of you. I hope to study this as you all see the true form of an eldritch being.
Right.
Although, Calicinia, I could definitely perhaps glean some knowledge if I was to perform a few tests on you when I can.
How do you plan to
We'll see.
convince him to show us his true form? Do you have a plan for that?
Mm. I suppose my innate charm is not the best answer, is it?
No,
I
because
was
it's
hope-
almost the same as my charm.
To answer your question, I found... Roll a persuasion check.
Oh,
Oh,
balls
I
of
can do
money.
that.
You
Oh,
get
okay.
it.
Where's my dice? I had my dice. Where did my dice go? Fuck it, I'll roll a different one. No baby dice right now. We'll roll the pretty opal because it doesn't ever get old. I got a nat 20. Holy shit.
Let's go.
So
Okay,
as he
little
kind of
dice.
he's scanning the horizon, looks back to him and he goes, "Well, there is it is believed among some scholars that there is a few of the old gods that still make contact on Quenthos, and specifically, it was known that there was tracked to. I believe I heard from the court wizard of Rindleton once that there was an artifact from a being called the Dawn Watcher, and there was a counterpart to that sent to Ojikir from a being called the Arkhammer. I have tracked down the remnant of that being from the Arkhammer, and I plan to exchange artifact for favor.
Liber and other person.
Yeah. Rainier just like butts her head into the frame and says, "We also hear that the Farwalker will get pissed off if he hears about this. Do you have anything for that?"
Well, I assume the fact that the artifact is half of the reason why the gods from the War of the God side of the world cannot affect this realm. He will see it as a fair trade.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds fair to me.
So
Is
we're
that
going
why
to-
you're up in the sky?
No, I'm just flying for fun right now.
you
Cool.
do things for fun.
No, that
Okay,
was
bye,
a.
Jean.
I believe that is a joke.
No, that's not a joke. I know jokes. That wasn't.
That was pretty much your brand of humor, Rainy.
No, it isn't. Mine are funny.
We also
And he just
found
puts the
out-
mirror away.
fuck.
Between his tits.
I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, we can call him back if you need.
Pass me the mirror. Pass me the mirror. Pass me the mirror.
That's the mirror.
John Veer, one more thing.
We start
1 second,
moaning.
as he pulls it out. Yes,
Um,
Calisinde.
We found out more information about the soul anchors. We found out how they can be banished.
He kind of stops flying there,
Dispelled.
stands upright, and kind of just in the air. All right.
We know that they can be dispelled without killing.
Well, no.
They can.
You have to kill. You just have to resurrect.
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
Without
They don't have
permanent
to
killing.
completely die.
This changes everything.
Indeed.
How
You no longer have
familiar
to
are
die.
you with the Cirrus?
Quite unfortunately not.
And Urbosa?
I find myself lacking in knowledge of the Celestial, other than knowledge I have accumulated in my time.
Crimson.
Wonderful.
You're gonna need to go to both.
Well, I will start
Yeah,
researching.
I mean, you don't know any archangels, do you?
I can check my pocketbook, but I don't believe so.
Well,
I
if
know
you
2
do end up,
Celestials, or 3.
if you do end up finding one, make sure that they have what is it?
A forge.
A forge.
We need a forging angel, and we need ice from like 3rd level, 4th level, cold level of
No, level, just regent.
Yeah,
It's more like a
It's
a planet.
circle with a different like pie cut.
Oh,
out
it's
of it.
not-
That's how I
it's not
imagine
9
it.
No,
hells.
it's literally just a
okay.
planet, and each country is a regent.
Ah,
it
I
starts
see.
with an
No, no, no.
S. Sisko
Soskin.
Pie.
Engineering.
It's a
Soskin.
pie.
And,
It's a
and
pie.
each area is just a little slice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will start this research immediately. Do you need anything else of me? Otherwise, I'm going to go teleport somewhere.
I
No.
don't think so. We'll try to do our own research on our
No,
end.
one more question. If you need to poop, but you're very high up, what do you do?
Goodbye, Rainier.
I would say he teleports the poop.
I would say
Anyway,
he just dunks it like a bird. Wizard poop, you know?
Anyways,
Or is it just like staring at you all go,
He's eating cookies. He's fine.
yeah, no, this entire time he's just been...
Sorry, Korseth, we've been through quite a lot in the past several
Oh, it's all right.
months.
Alright, thank you for this. As he hands back the empty cookie tin to Calacindy.
Thank
Is
you.
it full of
I hope
sewing
you enjoyed.
equipment?
Cal, I am aware you bought 2, because you said that, so are you just saving the other for the next bribery needed?
Yes.
Smart. Well, I think that's all that we needed to talk about. Maybe it's time for
You
your
guys
private-
discuss that. I'm just gonna go out to the kitchen and blow my nose.
Okay. Okay, bye, have fun.
I'll hear you, just don't talk in character.
Mhm.
Roleplay among yourselves.
How do you do
Well-
that?
oh, don't you even pretend like you can't.
Right. So, yeah, I honestly don't know if there's anything else that we needed to discuss with causes.
I mean, we
I
know
think-
that Cal had something.
Yes. As for the moment, I do think the Ive Room is our best course of option, especially with Jornvir's input.
Righto.
I agree.
Sounds good.
Mm.
Like to
Especially
see it-
considering that we have leverage that we didn't know about before.
Precisely.
Yeah, it'd be
We should
cool
probably
seeing
check
an
in with
artifact.
John Bear more frequently. I feel like he's the kind of person that doesn't communicate things unless you ask him outright.
I mean, to be honest, we don't really communicate as well with, we should do a lot more talking with, like, people outside of our group.
No, we do plenty of
Who
talking.
matters outside of our group?
Teelan.
I just had a whole day at
Viola.
court speaking to random people, Castiel. You're welcome to join me next time.
That's true. You are going to need to know how to
it's kinda
navigate court.
stuffy. It's kind of boring.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you, Rainier. Something we agree on.
But if you two want to go off and talk, we could always catch up with Viola.
I'll let
Sure.
Viola come here. We don't have guest quarters currently set up to house.
Us. Yeah, we get it.
Well, you are
Excuse
in the
me.
library, so.
That's alright. Thank you.
I just keep imagining like the sunken library from Avatar.
That's extremely what this is based off of. Like,
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
very similar.
I need to go pet a book fox.
No,
Saying.
it's illegal.
So, Calcindra, you head off with Corsa to another area.
hmm So, Korseth, I met with Candia, who
I can tell about the
informed
cookies.
me. Of course. Good man, your brother.
What did you think about Sentinels? I hope you gave off a good impression.
He did a very trustworthy impression.
He is a
He didn't
master of
seem
his
that he was.
craft.
Well, he wasn't sure if he was suited to being a diplomat, but he fulfilled the role perfectly. He did mention a plan of yours, a proposal, if you would.
Which plan or proposal was he revealing
This
my
was
intel
Corzith's idea, right? He did say that in terms of the whole swap.
on? Having Sakam be a ward for...
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. He mentioned about Sikkim being a ward at Erel. Well, it was in the ward below.
No, so...
What was the
What the actual plan of course we had a lot of stuff to go over. So he wants Sakam to be a ward for Everett, and they want you to provide a ward for...
That's it.
For the archives. They offered this a couple hundred years ago, a couple thousand years ago, and it was rejected. Natural Pengu, thank you for raiding with a party of 8. How are we doing today? What were we up to? How's our time being? How's the new year treating you?
We're in a secret library.
Hollow Knight, nice game.
Secret
Very good game.
library.
Ooh, nice.
Very good.
But about the wardship and the prospective Starless ward here at your archives.
That was something I should talk to you about. It is my father Ire once offered this to, I believe, your mother's mother, and it was declined.
Right.
But the
Tragedy.
Tragedy indeed. But the offer is for a wardship, exactly. One of your best and brightest. We do not offer these opportunities often or to many.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I understand your archives alone probably have much information that ours may have not, and vice versa. We could learn from each other.
Indeed. My ideas exactly. I am more inclined to agree to such a proposal than my grandmother was. I will need to speak to my mother and see if I can convince her if she needs convincing. But I do like that plan. However, I did want to make a slight adjustment to it. Your brother, at least to me, suggested sending his son, Sikkim. However, I do believe that Viola may be a better fit, considering her already existing knowledge and connections within Burton, and her established position there. If it is the matter of her arcane training that you are wishing to, well, see to here, then I can provide arcanists that can help her.
Cal trying to make up for getting Viola fired. I love it.
He's got nothing against Viola.
I know, I'm just saying, like, out of character, it makes me happy as a player.
Just against
Viola
me.
is spent a lot of time under the tutelage of Anathor and of his late wife, the Queen, learning much magics, and the many teachers come through. You wish for her to go to Erael to continue this. I must admit, I had brought her back when the Starla sent a more capable wizard to Burton, in the intent to train her further. Can you give me a persuasion check, please?
Absolutely, Des. What does that again? 22.
Imagine having positive charisma.
And who would you be sending to the archives?
That is a matter that I wish to speak to my mother about. You said the best and brightest. My sister is considered to be something of a arcane prodigy and would be well suited to fulfilling that role here. However, that would be potentially difficult to organize. But I will propose it.
I'll have to check with Viona if it's something she wishes or wants still. But
Of course.
if you can come to me with confirmation, perhaps bringing her home was a bit more rushed than it had to be. Perhaps she could still learn something from the outside world.
Of course. And perhaps, hopefully, those arcanists that are being sent here would be able to assist her in ways that mages in Burton otherwise cannot. There is another matter, Corsith, but before we get to that, pull out the biscuits.
He
the
doesn't
next
just
packet.
cock an eyebrow and he goes. He takes it, cracks it in. All right, what do you wish of me?
No, there was a bit of information I think some people wish to not reveal openly to everyone. We need information on how to potentially depose of a regent of Osiris. How to usurp them from their position.
We do not have another chamber, so come with me. Do not touch anything.
I will not.
As he brings you
I'm
further
fine.
down, as the stacks, you see many Jorkeen on ladders just sorting through books. Some of them just casting spells. You see them running their hands over, and books just making duplicate copies in a second. As Corsus brings you to an area and he pulls a large tome off the wall and runs his hand over, and the lock just dissipates into sand and falls to the ground as it comes free from the wall. In our knowledge, we can only say that a regent has been dethroned 3 times. The first was the swapping of the Burning Lords. The current Burning Lord of Mixmagar dethroned the other one by means of competition. One that the former Burning Lord thought too proud to lose. The second was the Lord of the Thicket, which is known to be a war, so to speak, being fought, that the former Lord of the Ashen Lord set to fight a coup, rallied most of the other regions. The best military commander, combined with the best military mind in the Decaying Lord, thought to dethrone the Lord of the Thicket. The other is the Decaying Lord. Originally a much different character, so to speak. The former Decaying Lord was how would you put it? The current Decaying Lord proved information that the old one was planning on a coup on the Lord of the Thicket, and for outing the traitor, the tiefling known as Zolvathrin became a regent of Osiris,
Sylvathrin. Interesting.
which is the Decaying
Right.
Lord's name, which I almost gave away weeks ago by mistake.
I remember that, yeah.
Sylvathrin.
Zolvathrin.
Oh
Zol.
damn, that's a name.
Is
That
that his
is-
true name?
It is believed so.
Curious.
Mind you, he's still a regent, so if you were to try and summon him, it would be a fight you would not want.
Of course not.
It would be absolutely.
That was
hell.
believed to be his mortal name. It is believed he had a family name, but that has been scrubbed from history. But I assume at least having that part of it would grant you audience with the Decaying Lord. Most stories do share a similar trait, though. A powerful, powerful devil, allied with another regent, and in one swoop killed, banished, or beat in a competition. the other regent. It has always been
Right.
swift.
Right. Do you have any information at all regarding the Lord of Disintegration? Not about position being usurped or anything, but in general. Anything a bit more harder to find, I guess.
All I can provide you with is the name if you wish to be that dangerous.
This is something I'll keep
Just
to
a-
myself.
Second, my cat just knocked over. my
Fucking
books.
yeet! Jesus Christ.
There's a bed over there. He just got.
I know, but it looked fucking scary.
He just knocked over
The
all my
cat, eat the
books.
cat, eat the cat. I am like vibrating over here. I'm so excited. And I don't get to know anything. I'm so
Yeah,
mad.
we
The
don't know
Lord of
shit, which is
Disintegration.
sad.
Being regent since the founding of the regency, known only as Veron. However, there is a ward on that name in Osiris that has been placed on it. If you say that name while in Osiris, quite aptly, you will fall to ash and dust.
Right, understood.
Can we just carry a little paper, give it to someone and say this word, and then just see them fall to dust? Like, hey.
Yeah, and then the Lord of
Give it to-
Disintegration
give it to
instantly
an-
knows your location, and the regent just shows
But
up
that's
like,
not
"What?"
us.
Yeah,
That's not
but
us,
he
it's
shows
them.
up and kills everyone who heard it.
Here's an idea.
We run away.
Here's an idea. We give it to the ice.
Oh yeah, pretty
area
sure they know.
regent.
They know.
No, the
And they
other
just
regions do not
dust.
commonly know each other's names.
No. They know that it's a problem.
Yeah.
They would
Oh,
know that
100%.
not to say it.
Now, is it just saying it? If you write it down, that's
That
fine?
should be
Nothing will
fine.
happen? Right.
You must understand
Yeah,
that the regency of Osiris was not always a thing. It once upon a time was a much more chaotic area. It is believed that there was a let me just get the names. Yeah. One of the old gods from the other part of the world is believed to have brought the most magic possible to Osiris. A being known as the Obsidian Obelisk was known as the god of the regents.
Huh.
The regents worked in unison, the seven, original, and usurped the territory from this would-be god, and created the delicate balance that the regents have maintained since.
And what
What's
happened
that
to
name
this?
again?
The Obsidian Obelisk.
What happened to them?
It is believed that they were sent back, or this happened during the War of the Gods, when the Obsidian Obelisk was fighting alongside his father, the Eye of Ruin.
Now, I'm curious, actually, just on the topic of the War of the Gods, how much knowledge do you have about various old gods and the like? You mentioned the Dawn Watcher as well.
We know many from Thiel of knowledge of. We do not know how it ended. We do not know if it still wages, but we know small bits of information.
What can you tell me of this Dawn Watcher?
Well, it is believed that the Dawn Watcher is, well, one of the first, or the first of the old gods, along with a being called the Matron of the Woods. They seem to, from what I know of Thiel, trace most of the lineage of many deities to them.
Right.
He is the Eye of
And-
Ruin's father.
Right.
Am I
And-
crazy, or have we heard about the
You've met the
obelisk
Dawn Watcher.
bridge?
Oh, the obelisk?
No,
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 you've
no, no,
never. Never.
It
No.
just seems like a deja vu. Like we heard about the obelisk thing, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't believe I've ever mentioned that in
Okay.
any campaign.
I'm just psychic.
It
that's all.
does It rings a bell, but maybe that's from like a really old campaign.
It rings a bell for you guys because
Yeah.
that's like old lore from the other half of the world. But for
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not been like y'all are getting drip fed information of the gods on the other side. It hasn't been mentioned.
And in this,
You're muted,
knowledge
Jen,
you
if you
have.
try to speak.
have you come across the name of a god known as the Guiding Light?
It is a name that has cropped up once. It is the brother of the Dawn Watcher. It is believed that even many of this realm, perhaps, it was believed that they were the realm for the godless, those who did not have worship, but were still good in life. It was their realm that they would go to find everlasting peace. It's never believed that the Guiding Light ever stepped foot on the realm of mortal, on the side of Drapton, is not tracked to the material realm.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that, Korseth. You said that there's traces of the Dawn Watcher on Quinthos.
I've spoken. No, that's information. You'd have to ask Jarn for that. Never mind. No.
Right.
But there is traces. Some people have had visions of the Dawn Watcher, I believe.
Right. Okay. That is a lot of knowledge to take in overall, but all very relevant, although it may not seem to be.
As he finishes the second tin of biscuits.
Thank you, Korseth, for your time.
Thank you for the bribes.
Look, a bit of a peace offering between us, at least.
Yes, perhaps I was a little stern with you all when you first came through. I'm sure if you spoke to Canondeer, you have heard my original impressions of you all.
Of course. But I think, considering the nature of the material you guard here, safe to say, a cautious
All I can say
outlook
is Viola spoke very highly of you when she returned. And you proved yourself with this mission, that many among our ranks thought me foolish for sending you on.
Well, I'm glad we proved them wrong.
So am I. Shall we return to your friends? As in the other area,
Of course.
Viola is like, just kind of, so how is everybody? Are we?
Hi. We're doing okay, kind of. We finally made it back. How are you?
Good. I'm back here. I kind of,
Do you like being back? Or
um,
are you?
I don't mind it. It's it's home. It's not been home for a while, but it's home. Just kind of getting used to the studies again. It was getting very headachy in Burton. I'm not gonna. All the information was a lot.
I'm sorry if that we made life probably quite a bit more difficult than it should have been.
It was all right. My seeing the way magic works is still not the easiest, and as you can obviously tell, is I couldn't exactly tell if your sleeping bloodline was fully removed, but my dad can.
Hey, I mean, everyone takes time to learn things. I mean, if somebody asked me how I use my magic, I would have no idea where to start.
Yeah, it's a lot to learn. I miss Kazori a little bit.
He misses you too.
But no, it's okay. It's a lot less busy here.
Yeah.
But a lot more studying.
It's true. More physical rest, less mental, I assume.
Yeah, a lot of differences. As Calicindir and Korzith come back in, as Korzith kind of announces to you all, well, looks like your time here is running close to an end. Unless there's other stuff you wish to see too. And, I suppose one thing I have to ask for Viola. Calacindia has just made my offer of wardship for Starless to come to the archives, but in return requested a ward for Ariel. I know you spent a lot of time with King Anathor, and you learned lots in Burton. Would you be open to being a ward to Prince Calacindia? She's gonna look over you all and make a decision. Ken looks over and goes, in Ariel Keep?
We would have you there.
She kind of looks to her dad. Only when they've removed the sleeping bloodline. I wouldn't feel safe otherwise.
I think that is reasonable.
Good.
Understandable.
It's very fair.
When that does happen, though, Viola, you're more than welcome at Ariaki.
I'll let you know.
Sure, sir. Well, that settles that then. This is your last chance to ask me information if you so need it. And
Right.
I found our conversation here quite accommodating, as he draws something on a small piece of parchment and hands it to Calacindia face down. Very much so, making sure no one will be able to see it.
Would
Thank you.
Merc have been able to with her passive?
No, he's definitely like making sure to hide
I
it from you.
fucking knew.
No,
I
right.
fucking
No,
knew.
he
Adrian.
knows
It's
it's Merc's
about
passive.
me.
No, if he wasn't aware of Merc's ability to see stuff, he would have. He probably would have, but he hands it to Calacindia face down. This is for your eyes until the rest of your allies break the sleeping bloodline. This is a teleportation circle for the archives.
Oh.
Do not come here unannounced.
We will not. Speaking of which, I do have a means of contacting you. If you write your name in my book here, I'll be able to message you at any time, which would be good to facilitate any further meetings or for potential agreements we have coming down the line with the warships.
Yeah,
You're able to. Your tome, it's similar to a... I'm familiar with this magic. You have done us a favor. Would you allow me to do you a favor?
By all means, of course.
He has his hand out. He wants your book.
Hands it across.
Just.
So, he runs his hand over, and very similar magic you saw to them copying books and creating more. He runs his hand along the pages, and ink starts to spread forth. And the page behind it, I think that's sufficient enough. He hands you your book back.
Oh, you
And
can do more.
you can now add your charisma modifier to the amount of people you can add to your book. And there is no cap on the message length.
Fuck yes.
Let's go.
Oh, that's bad though. Cal can
No
fucking
cap.
talk. Don't delete
No
that.
All right, cool.
No
cool.
more
Stay
25
calm.
words,
Stay calm.
bitches.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
So it's proficiency bonus plus charisma modifier names. And it's more like,
Oof.
it's more seamless conversation.
Yeah, that is insane. Okay. That's fucking
And
awesome.
his name is on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Add that to the list. Hell yeah.
that's cute.
Uh,
Does it have
You know
little
what I'm
mark marks over
realizing?
the eye?
I'm realizing none of us did the smart thing and became Dez's husband because Raph is, and he gets all the fancy stuff.
You have a broom of flying.
Yeah, my one magic item out of the entire fucking.
What's on your wrists? What's on your wrists, forehead?
I just see good shit.
Sorry, is that a +2 bracers that affect melee and unarmed natural
I just
weapons?
forgot I have those.
Oh,
You
I
forgot.
I
I
forgot.
I
forgot.
forgot.
I forgot.
Bro, if you could even remember your abilities, maybe I'd give you things to use them.
No, you need me to give you things because I forget. Otherwise, I can't do shit.
Look, I've seen you guys in combat. That's correct.
All right. How are we getting out of here? Do you have teleportation
Teleport.
stuff again? Cool.
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
I'm prepared. Don't worry.
Where are we teleporting to, though?
I've sent back to Burton.
And from Burton to Eral Keep.
Why to Burton? Why not to Errol Coop?
Because you don't have a circle
Because
area. I'll
it
keep.
Is not ready.
It's not done yet.
Don't we have
It's like
the spell teleport, though?
No,
No.
no one has that.
Oh, I thought we
Not
have.
yet.
Never mind then.
No.
We're going to go on a quick break just before you guys teleport to Burton. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Put this in the chat. We stand with Ukraine. As per usual, this is a bit on our little ad break where we talk about what's important. Be knowledgeable of what's happening in the world. Be nice, don't be a dick. We'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, we are back. As we were definitely not being degenerates. Nothing. No stupid jokes were being made or anything.
Don't mention it.
I was
Don't
a
mention it.
degenerate.
Always have been. So,
As all
As-
things should be.
you all teleport back to the burn, correct? Or does anyone have anything they want to do with Corsith before that?
Smooch 'em.
Very
Nope.
good.
No.
He not
No.
only puts one hand up, he just puts four. He's just like, no.
4 hands.
As you all teleport back to burn, the familiar sensation of travel, the temperature slightly changes as you're in Ruventier's hold. Actually, do you send word ahead before you do this, Calisander?
Yeah, I'll send word out to Ruben there.
Okay. So, as the
Yeah,
teleportation
no.
goes through, you all make your way through, and there, before you is Ruventier. But as well as Ruventier, there's about 6 armed guards. Knights.
Right,
Ruben,
okay.
Right?
is everything alright?
Yes, Prince
I asked
Calisander. Mercastiel, Anna, the king has requested your presence.
Are you guys getting beat up for your shenanigans?
Done fucked up. I mean, understandable.
As the guards... I assume there's no struggle.
Can we go with them? We kind
No,
of
this is
deal.
This is a court affair.
Mirko's even more pale than she already is.
She's blue.
We'll be waiting in our
Yeah.
quarters then.
It's mind is so weird. Like, what did you do?
So, as you're brought through the guards, Ruventier going with them, you're brought to the general court area where it seems to be... It's very late, so most people are gone, but Everett is on the throne looking extremely angry. Theo is shackled in front of him. As you get waved through, and Ruventier goes to stand beside Everett. And he kind of brushes himself. Theo, Anna Mercastiel. You're being brought before me today because you attacked a member of my court in my home, making it look like I can't make a decision. Theo, you acted without my permission, beating a member of my council. Mercastiel, you showed up, and I thought you had the more wisdom than to let this go on. Are you not a worshipper of Nemivana and life, not Serok and torture? Anna, you heal and you let this repeatedly happen. That's torture in my court. This can't go unpunished. You make me look weak when everyone's eyes are on me. Few things hinge on this. On my general approval. Theo, you are stripped of your knighthood. Mercastiel, you are removed of your title. And the lot of you are banished from the castle until you showed enough wisdom to be in its halls again. I was going to handle it. Rick Lear's not a good person, but he is a necessity. He runs the finance for the kingdom, and you can't just go attacking people. After you've already been on an odyssey for doing the same and killing my father, do you know how this makes you all look in the eyes of the court? Get out of my sight. As you are all taken from the castle. As this is happening, the rest of you will be explained to as you all get out. Theo, the shackles get taken off and he just throws them and he beelines for the Twisted Tankard. Anna Mercastiel, is there anything you wish to discuss or do?
Nope.
Nope.
Not unless people want to question Merc or talk to Merc.
Are
I assume
gonna
this
say
is told to
anything?
the party. Do you guys want to go out after them?
Well, what are we told exactly?
You were told the king's decree.
So that Merc and Anna cannot return to the castle.
No.
I
Were
assume
we
then we
told
take our
why?
things.
I will remain here on official business.
Okay. Are we need to be pushed out of the castle? Can
No,
we leave our
you
things?
didn't commit the crime.
Okay. And they said what the crime was, which is
Yeah.
punching the shit out of a racist. Okay.
No, torturing him, healing him, bringing him back to life, beating him to death, healing him, beating him to death.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose the money, we should probably find them.
Yeah, definitely. The only way we have to get back in contact with you before, unless we come back to the castle, I'm looking over at Cal, is if you sending us. No, do I have? I don't think I have.
Oh, Cal, can you ask Merc where the fuck they are right now? So we don't just run
I
around.
can't send it, he just have names and books.
I don't have sending.
Ah.
So I'm guessing, probably following after Theo.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good place to start. Or that, or either check Merkestiel's temples.
I mean, the Twisted Tankard is where they usually stayed at when they had drinks. So,
But, for the meantime, I think it's probably best if both of you just write your names in the book.
Yeah.
For now.
I thought we have it in the book, no?
Wrong, that's just to make sure you don't
That's
die.
a different thing. Okay, we'll write the names.
You're at the names.
And we leave.
Can Rainier and Zamani give me an investigation check? Someone lead it with the higher one, and I think Zamani has the higher investigation.
I think I have 0 investigation.
I'm good at investigation.
Ah,
That's one of my skills.
so add advantage.
I have 7. Sorry.
I have 8, so yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll help you.
sweet.
Sorry, I was
have
thinking.
rolled for
insight.
where I've rolled for where Merc went after this.
I get 21.
21.
Yes.
First question, Anna and Merkestiel, do you guys split up?
Merc would have, in a rage, gone to the college, is where she went. So, and
Anna, what have
went-
you gone with Merkestiel?
What is Merkestiel's vibe right now?
Cold fury. She's not really in the mood for talking, and probably isn't like. It's the sort of vibe where, if you're insightful, maybe not talking to her, but being nearby might be good.
Ada's not
Does that make
insightful
sense?
at all.
Cool.
I'm gonna roll for it and see what she would pick up with the insight. I'm just gonna let you know the number. You tell me what I would get from it then.
Mhm.
I rolled a 4.
She needs to talk.
idea.
The
Yeah.
best.
No, and with unsure on how to approach Rainier. No, why Rainier?
Approach, go ahead.
Approach Merc in the situation. She's going to default to letting her vent by herself, and then going off to Twisted Tankard.
So, I will say Rainier and Zamani, you find Merkestiel first, because the tankard's a little bit further off. The college will be closer. So, you go in. Merkestiel, what would you be doing in the college? Is there someone you wanted to go see in the college, or were you just going out of, like, habit?
Yeah, she probably out of habit would have probably like gotten through the doors, seen some familiar faces, cooled off a tiny bit, and then just gotten into work just to try and like calm herself down even more. So she's probably like scrubbing the floor with just pure aggression.
I assumed that like we would walk in and Amaya would probably go to the first desk and be like, "Is Merkestiel here?"
She's currently taking the ceiling off the tiles.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, can you point me to where she's at?
Follow the mumbling.
Thank you.
You'd hear swearing in Infernal.
Cool. Amaya just kind of stands there for a minute. Is that helping?
Probably not, but what else is there to do?
Do you want to talk?
I mean, same exact answer, probably not, but what else is there to do?
I have a plan. Zamani, don't you have like always wine with you?
Oh, of course I do, yes.
I don't normally drink, but I think this is a good time for a little celebration. On the floor, drinking wine.
Would you like to drink here, or would you like to go find everyone else?
I don't know.
Let's drink
Let's-
here.
Weird.
Let's start
It
here and then find
seems-
somewhere else. Is there a place where we can actually, like, have... I don't want to get kicked out of your library. And she, like, pulls
There's
a
a-
bottle of wine out of her bag.
There's like a common roomy, like bunk room section.
God, she literally, like, she kicks your scrub brush to, like, the side of the wall and, like, grabs your elbow and picks you up. Let's go.
Right.
It's bad for your nails.
They're bad anyway.
Worse.
I swing a mace. Mm.
Sit down. Zamani scrounges around and finds some glasses somewhere.
Easy enough to do, just like pewter mugs.
Do you want to talk about what happened? I mean, I was there for the start. Was Rainier there when the guy was like...
Yeah, so you were all in your
I was
hole.
sleeping.
No.
Okay.
Rainier wasn't there when...
I don't know the
Ra-
entire story, so it would be nice if Mark tells
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
It just. It
Start off
feels-
because we went to go get our money exchanged. That much I know.
Yeah, we went to go get our money exchanged with
The exchange was
the
quite-
Master of Coin, Rickelier, the prick. He was rather racist to me. I may have swung at him, bounced off of his shield, and then stormed off. Then went and told Everett. Everett said he would sort it out. I went on with my day. And then Anna mentioned she wanted to find Theo to, I don't know, get back at him or something. Get back at Rickelier or something. Probably just one of her pranks that she does. And we went to try find him. Found Theo beating the ever-living shit out of him. I may have done one or two punches and then moved on. And Anna, according to Everett, continued to heal Rickelier to continue the punishment. So it feels weird that I'm being punished for punishing a racist.
It's not a... This is probably not going to make me feel better. It's not about being punished for punishing a racist. How long have you been at the castle? How long have you known Kiana? You broke the game.
Hmm. Yeah.
When he was pissed, when he was racist at you, was it only at you? I mean, my eyes are not as good as yours, but we have two tieflings.
I mean,
Yes.
he did say hoof off. And
I
as you
said,
can
see ya,
tell-
hoofs.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get under your skin.
I think I still have some of his skin.
Yeah, but like, if it was any other situation, if it wasn't somebody that you already didn't like, if it was just if they were strangers, what would you have done?
Nothing immediately, but probably trip them over later or something. Something harmless.
The strangest cleric I've ever met.
That's what you're taking from this?
No, I'm taking from this that you and Anna both made a horrible decision. Also, Thea made horrible decisions.
Zamani, I mean, you're not the person to talk about horrible decisions. This is coming from a very strange place. What is your height of the horse here? You know what I mean?
Oh no, I'm not saying I'm making good decisions. I'm just saying that I know how to play the game.
Do you?
Do you?
No, I don't play games. I don't give a fuck about games. I think Merc did the correct thing, and I'm celebrating.
Rainier, you literally play chess.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's...
Not the point. The point I'm trying to make here is, first of all, Zamani, you know shit all about palaces and how things work here. you make horrible decisions about your own personal life and are a constant pawn for other people. This is coming from a very patronizing place to our friend who was through a lot. And I find it surprising that you did not step in to protect her when she saw people being mean to her. That's a little strange because you love talking about how people hurt you. You know what I mean?
No, I played the game, and yes, I am familiar with the game through my past. I've dealt with higher-ups and officials for a long time.
And you're constantly under their thumb, doing what they want you to do. Is that the fate you want for her?
If she wishes to be a part of court and marry royalty, she has to. She doesn't... That's their game. You have... If you're going to be a part of it, you are.
Not necessarily. I just think that your priorities are now what they should be. And I think Merc did a very good thing for herself. We talked about this.
But she's having to deal with the consequences of it because it doesn't meet with the standards of where she's from. Yeah. And now she's regretting her decisions because she's lost her standing.
Merc, are you regretting this decision? Because I hear a lot from Zamani. I don't hear a lot from you.
I assumed that's why she was absolutely pissed as all hell.
You can be pissed for a lot of things.
I don't regret re-breaking his nose. I don't know. I don't know what I think at the moment, but I understand what you're saying about the whole playing the game shit and all that. But I hope you understand this, Amani. I am not marrying Kiana because she's royalty. I am marrying her because she is beautiful and loves me.
I'm not saying that you are marrying her because she is royalty. I'm saying that you are marrying somebody because you love her who also happens to be royalty. And as a consequence of that, you're stepping into her world.
Doesn't matter, she can't change it. Zamani, you're very much into going with the flow of the rules that are set in front of you, and that is understandable for someone who has to survive under the thumb of others, but consider for a moment that Merc's situation is not as decided, and even the fact that she is marrying is very unclear right now. I think our priority should be figuring out what we can do to make our life worth living in the present, not bowing down and cowering in front of every single fucker in a crown. You know what I mean?
We are not bowing down. Her goals, as far as I have known in every conversation I've ever had with her, is to save Kiana so that she can marry her and that they can live about their lives. So anytime I have talked about or given advice regarding that area has to do with her goals. It's not about, maybe having to do with us saving her or not. Yes, I understand that is something that we're worried about. But my goals have always been aligned with the after.
The point I'm trying to make, Zamani, is that you're presuming a lot and you're being very patronizing, where I thought you would be taking Merc's side. I don't really have a horse in this race, to be honest. I think me and Merc talked about this a little bit. I told you, Merc, do what you think you want to do. If you want to say fuck it to all of this, you're free to do so. Yes, there will be consequences, but isn't that the point of living? Doing what you want to do instead of going with whatever people say you want to do?
You sound like my dad. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly.
Zamani stands up from the table and looks at Merc and says, well, I'm sorry for patronizing you. And she just walks out and she leaves and she goes to the Twisted Tankard.
Okay. So.
I assume we will scrub the floor a bit more.
Anna, at the Twisted Tankard, you see Theo drinking at the counter, just slamming him back, just mumbling to himself and mumbling to the tavern keeper in front of him. Familiar. I'm gonna say, name. I'm gonna say, I remember. I have the name here somewhere. Donovan. He is just explaining to Donovan what happened. He turns and sees
Anna
you,
is
and he just pulls out the chair beside him.
Anna is going to see the chair and go walk somewhere else.
Okay.
She's going to, before she goes, she'll quickly ask for a tea or something, and then go to a part of the tavern somewhere, and just basically somewhere where she can sit, where she can see the entire that whole
Yeah.
entire place.
People watch.
Yeah.
Is there anything you wish to do before Zamani arrives?
She's just going to sit back, keep an eye on Theo from a distance, but is just going to just sit back and just hang out, just chill.
Okay. So I'd say about 20 minutes later, Zamani shows up. You see Theo, well, like a couple shot glasses lined up beside him, all empty. Anna's in the corner drinking tea.
She's gonna like give like a little like a wave to Anna, and then she's gonna go sit beside Theo. And she's wine, red, good, no chunky.
Zamani.
So what was your decision-making process? Because apparently all I've done is patronize Merc today.
All right. My decision.
Yeah.
A bad one.
Oh, well, we already know that.
Yeah, no, Everett was pretty annoyed at Rickler. And I may have misinterpreted that.
Yeah.
And
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Scraps, but maybe I would have gotten. Maybe I could have gotten away with it. Looking back, the torture part of it was a little fucked up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, I undermined Everett. I've done shit like this when he was a prince. Now that I'm... Fuck. Can only imagine what this means. As you notice, he doesn't have his wedding ring.
Yeah.
Can only hope it fixes somehow. I don't know how. But,
Well, nothing's going to be solved tonight, but just saying fixes somehow isn't probably going to help either.
well, I'll think of something. Look, I wasn't born a knight, so not being a knight anymore is not gonna be. It was a formality. But
You need somewhere to stay.
No, I got a few guys in the city who want my favor.
If you do need time away, you know you're always welcome in that area.
Fuck, that might actually be for the best. Let Everett cool off.
Send him a letter if you leave.
I will.
Don't go without saying anything.
No, that was yeah, we've been stressed. Look, I'm stressed. I don't know how he's gonna train for the Charlie the Oleander Dragon without me.
He's been doing well.
He's
It won't be with you,
no.
which is sad. But there are people who can help him here. We both know that.
I've always been an angry guy. Always. So.
It's okay.
Yeah, look, a couple slaps might have gotten away with it, but Ricklier, he let me just put this. He's the worst human I know.
Oh, I could tell. It's very easy to say.
However, you look at someone like him. He's been Master of Coin since Anathor. He's squirreled away more money than probably anyone in Burton.
Oh, of course.
He also basically has invested in half the infrastructure in the kingdom, and probably a lot more mercenaries in this country loyal to him than the crown.
Definitely.
You look at that. You look at Everett's younger brother Saladin. Ricklier could say, I'm backing him, we could have a civil war if Ricklier really wanted it, and I'm sure Saladin would take it. And Ricklier, he said he was gonna pull funding from Everett. He said he would. You know, he said he wanted something to be dealt with. It happened in a blink after you guys left. I assume he was waiting for you all to leave to say it to
Of course.
Everett, but I was in chains in a matter of minutes after you guys left.
You
What?
used your brain afterwards, right?
Define using my brain.
Well, you just explained the whole situation quite eloquently to me. Or was it spelled out to you as well?
This is Everett's words.
Understandable.
I had a few guys who tried to arrest me. Yeah,
I would doubt no less of you.
but
Street justice is satisfying, but they'll never let it fly.
oh no, it's very satisfying, but
No, of course
No,
it
it's,
always is.
short-term satisfaction is not really worth it when you think about it.
No.
I don't know. I'm gonna get him back. 2 more. And see, he takes shots and knocks him back.
Well, wait, how can I assess how drunk he is at this point?
Well, you've known Theo a little bit now. You know he has a god-awful constitution for alcohol at this stage. And,
So he
Well,
shouldn't
maybe
be drinking anymore now.
probably not.
So when I looks at the bar, he was like,
Good, sir. Everett has enough on his plate without me making it harder for him. I was never meant to be at court.
but you also made other things quite a bit easier for him as well. I'm sure you're a wonderful person to vent to.
Yeah, maybe.
You
But
have
maybe
your
it's for
ups
the
as
better
well.
that I'm out of there for him for now. Might be better for him.
For the short term, probably, to let both of you cool off a bit and let him get things settled. Appease the Master Coin. You might not get just the golden ticket to go back in, but you could work your way back.
No. I'm sure it's everything Everett could have done to just strip me and Merc of our titles and banish us. I'm sure that's affection in some way.
She wasn't expecting the repercussions at all.
That's
I tried to talk to her before things happened after he decided to say what he did about trying to play the game, making him pay court-wise, but
man, I hate the game. I hate it so much.
it's horrible. It's the absolute worst, but it's their language.
Yeah, it is.
But just because you aren't at court and just because you aren't a knight anymore doesn't mean you can't help him.
You're not wrong.
He needs
It's,
he needs the people's backing as well.
I'm always gonna
And-
love Everett. He's always gonna be my husband. Maybe no one else will know that, but I'll know it. Maybe he'll marry that Elstine from Lothic. Maybe he'll have his own kids someday. But I'll always love him.
I think you should write to him. Like if you come to Ariel, I think you should work towards getting yourself back on your feet and still helping the kingdom. And I think you should let him know. I think it'd mean a lot to him and for your relationship.
Look, you're probably right. So Ariel, it's got a bar?
Not yet.
Yo, my dad owned a tavern when I was a boy. You need a bar?
We definitely need a bar.
I feel like Merc walks in at this minute with Rainier in tow and just like, yes, we need a bar. Trying to get Cal to fix it for fucking ages.
He pulls out the seat beside him again. So, what up, low priestess?
Hey, that's funny.
It's me, the not knight of the silver gauntlet.
Yeah, I was trying to work out a joke there, but I'm just too fucking tired.
Okay, look, if we go
No,
low as the
going
opposite of
for
high,
it.
I can be the day of the silver gauntlet. Oh, suck.
Fucking hell. Come here. And that goes in for like a bro hug.
He gives a big hug and he just pulls you back and he just kind of wipes your face a bit. We fucked up a little bit. A little.
Tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Like, this is worse than that party that you threw. Yeah, that was shit.
How are you feeling? What does this mean for you and Kiana?
Who knows?
Your betrothal
I mean,
was blessed by Anathor, by the king. Everett doesn't have to. I hope he'll pass on the blessing. I assume he's gonna, but we can't fuck up again. You can't fuck up again. Neither of us can fuck up again.
Theo, I'm a priestess. I don't need anyone's blessing to marry someone. You know that.
I know that, but I also know Kiana's loyal to her family. So Everett.
I know, but
Convincing her without his blessing, she's still first and foremost a princess. Like, yeah, you can marry, like I married Theo, but it's just as likely a political marriage could be arranged that's more beneficial. Like, we can't fuck up again. Royals fucking never marry for fucking love. We know this. Look, and he waves his hand and you see there's no ring. Look, I can't fix this myself, but I think we gotta try. At least for you two.
we do. I think it'd be a good idea once we get to Ariel to get the people who are good at talking. Looks at Cal and
Cal's
or
not
doesn't
here.
look at Cal, but yeah, looks at Zamani and maybe Cal to help us draft a letter of apology to Bricolier. I think it's
Can't I just
probably
cut off the
first
other
step,
hand?
isn't it?
I think that's a good starting place. But for someone as petty,
You cut off the hand?
Look, if
honestly,
I beat him with
evil
both
is you.
hands, but I can give him the one I beat him with and I can give him the fake one too.
I mean, yeah, it's a good start. I think.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have let you guys help. Should have been my own thing.
Yeah, I should have stopped you. I'm also sorry. I wouldn't have been able to, but I should have tried.
I mean, you could have tried. But... Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We're all at fault here. The three of us.
Yo, you need I figured a new talent of mine. If you need a court torturer for Ariel, you, me, and Anna make a perfect trio.
Let's go back to the bar idea.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
And then you
bar's
can
much
also,
better.
when you're not helping to keep a bar, you can actually try to do things that would help the region. I mean, there's many Derrickle that probably escaped out of insert city name here that is the
Brendanwell.
Rendenwell. Hunting them down and stopping an insurrection from that would probably go a long way.
True.
Gotta get a job.
And
Here I was a trophy husband to the fucking king. Sorry, king consort. Now I
You
gotta
threw it
wash.
away, just a bunch of bitch.
I threw it away to
I
help
gotta
a
work.
friend.
Mitch deserved it.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
matters. That would
but
matter.
just because it just because I deserved it doesn't mean it's worth it.
No, it's kind of worth it. for
No,
a
it's not
friend.
worth it. It's not worth it. Trust me.
I
The
mean,
price isn't always worth the fun.
if we're going to attempt to take on Thin Veil as well, we might need some extra muscle. Perhaps.
That is a good thing to do, though, to get in the back in the good graces, because that's their territory, their peeps.
Helping out Saladin.
Ooh, what if he's like almost dead there and you come in and help?
No, he's stronger than that. He wouldn't be,
Saladin's-
in danger.
Look, Saladin. Everyone's saying if Saladin was taking on the trials, he'd be able to do them without any training. You know,
Probably
he
brag
kind
about
of
it a bit more.
he leans out Redeemer Castiel. You know, about a couple days before you all rocked up and killed Anathor, me and Everett, he was gonna abdicate the throne. We were gonna fucking move off to Arvergrad and just get a home, like a little cottage.
Fuck.
So, couldn't have waited like a week.
out of our control, unfortunately. We'll get the fucker. Eventually.
Look in this scenario, motherfucker. So, as this is happening, what are you doing inside the castle, Calisandir?
Putting out
Cassidy
fires.
was going to see if you could try and find Everett.
Yeah, you find him in no investigation check because Riventir scored him, and Riventir will tell you. You literally have a mole next to the king at this stage. You find Everett pacing in his father's old office.
Cassandra's like, give a knock on the door. Everett, I hope you don't mind if I have a moment.
Come in, close the door.
Alright, shut the door behind him. How are you?
Mad.
I can imagine. I hope Bricolaire wasn't too, well, demanding and harsh. I met him once and that was enough to get an idea of his character.
It was everything I could do to not get them all sent to Shattershore.
Thank the dying god for that. That would have been an abrupt end to our odyssey. What do you plan to do in the long term?
Ew. And a kingdom. I had to,
Of course.
I assume you heard the decree. I had to strip them of their titles. I had to, as you see, he is also not wearing any ring. Although he never wore his wedding ring on his ring finger,
Yeah.
he wore it on his pinky. But you notice the ring is gone. I can't see Theo. I don't know how I'm going to do this trial without him. I'm really scared.
I can try and send another instructor up here, more martial one, to at least try to
Savo
replace
has
the
already offered.
instructions. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he offered the moment he heard this news going on. And I'm sure he offered Elstine as well. Your personal shooter.
I don't know. I wish they had just waited for me. Not that I can do much about Rick Lee. He does. But there's,
Unfortunately.
you know,
But there are bigger problems at stake right now.
everyone's just looking to me to make decisions, and it makes me look weak.
Yes. But you understand that you cannot appear weak. Not in the situation Burton is in.
No,
Good.
I hate this crown sometimes, as he kind of takes it off his head and looks at it. And,
Well, perhaps years down the line when the situation has settled, take it off, abdicate, disappear. Once there is stability again in Burton.
if only. I don't know what to do, Calicindia.
Allow me to take the troublemakers to Ariel Keep. Have some time to cool off. And some time away for anyone invested in this case to perhaps lose interest.
Take them, keep them safe. Don't let them get into too much trouble.
I think that is out of my hands as it was out of yours. They're a force unto themselves. But
I'm just so,
I think
I'm just so unsure of what to do. Thankfully,
yes,
Kiana wasn't brought up. She's not here, obviously, but I can only imagine when you guys rescue her,
that is concerning for Mercastia. That is ammunition to be used against her.
1 second, guys. I'll just be back in a second.
You're all good.
Talk in the
Calicindia
tavern.
just Yeah. Talk in the
Yeah.
tavern. You guys talk.
COVID sucks. Sometimes you just gotta hawk a loogie from the just down low. You know, it's fine.
That's not roleplay.
Classic gamer move.
Right.
Okay, talking in the tavern.
So, What are our
So-
plans when we get to Ariel?
Well,
Other
there's a
than
lot
sleep.
of stuff. There's quite a few things we have to do. I mean, Theo might be looking at coming with us, so that would be potentially building a bar. We don't
Do we
know
have
if
a name
other
for that?
building- Well, that depends on what Theo wants to name it if he's building it, and we can't roleplay with Theo because he's stepped away.
Yeah, but I thought
Yeah.
it's Cal's place.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean, it-
fuck Cal.
It
He's
is,
not
but
here
has
right
that
now.
ever stopped any of us?
True. Hey, this is the best time to decide the name because Cal is not here to veto.
Exactly.
But
I
also-
think that the laboratory, like where the all the
You
research
said
and
it's so
stuff was
fancy.
happening. Laboratory, sorry. Where the research was happening under Ariel Keep. That should be excavated by now, shouldn't it? Have we already
Yeah,
done
that
that?
is true.
I can't remember.
No, we haven't because when we
I'm
do,
not
I go in and check the vibes for additional information on the issues that the keep had,
Yeah.
and we
that's
haven't
right,
had
that's right.
time for that yet.
Yeah. I do think it's a good idea that I perhaps reach out to some of my celestial allies.
About the
or at
forge
least
thing,
Acquaintances about forge things, see what they know.
doesn't Anna also have like acquaintances in the Hells?
Yeah, with her Black Oaks stuff, perhaps. I don't know. She's still staring at us drinking tea.
She definitely isn't.
Where is Anna?
She's
on the
in
other
the
side of the
corner.
bar.
She's just in like somewhere in the world where she could get a view of everything. She's not staring at you guys. She's like, that would be fucking weird.
And
No,
that
but,
is
like,
somehow
she's
not in
just-
Anna's
she's-
character.
She is
She's-
she is just kicked back, just sipping on her fucking tea. She just looks like she doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah, she's not involved in the conversation, is what Merck's saying.
All right. So as the conversation of what happens to the bar continues, meanwhile,
Yeah, look.
Calicindia with Everett.
You need Theo, don't you?
Need that's
For yourself.
for me. Yeah, I've had Theo by myself for so long. I'm really scared to
And I
be
think-
without him. I don't know if I can face court without him.
And perhaps it is equally as important to look for a way of restoring Theo as it is to everything else. If he is crucial to your success as king, then you need him by your side. And that is a worthwhile avenue to pursue, and it is not selfish if it is done for the good of running.
Realistically, he's not though. Like I tell myself he is, but other than emotional support, no. Theo is
Tell me, where else do you get emotional support from at the moment, Everett? From those who know you.
Saladin sometimes, but he's not here.
Not here.
Zora's too young to
you have-
understand.
You've witnessed your father's death. You've come into a crown far beyond, or far before you thought you ever would, or if you ever would. You need that support. You will be a good king, Everett. But it
Yes.
will take time, and you will need someone there. Or people.
Perhaps I will find something. I will find something. I will work towards repairing relationships with Rickelia. That's
That's a good
step
start.
one.
Tell me, how would you repair your standing and relationship with Rickelia? What does he value enough?
Power.
Right.
Ginger nut biscuits.
Right now, the only thing I can think of is some form of alliance. He is minor nobility, but if he could move himself a step closer to the crown, it would help.
How serious does the gesture, what you give him, how serious does it have to be for him to actually acknowledge it and treat it as such?
I don't know.
Will he take small gestures?
I can't risk giving him too much because he already controls a lot of the finance. And I can't get rid of him for the same reason.
I'm curious, did your father have any, well, to your knowledge, any plans at, well, removing him?
Fortunately, any conversations like that I would have had with my father were cut short. I wasn't expected to take the crown for a long time.
I know.
He didn't exactly leave notes on how to expunge people from the kingdom when you're so indebted to them. I mean, I could...
Sure.
One could have him dealt with, but I'm sure there's contingencies in place for that too.
Of course. I'm trying to think if there's anything from my side, anything I can provide in this situation.
I dealt with it as best as I could. I brought them in the evening as soon as I could. The fewest people in court that could be there.
Tell me, Everett, if we can make this happen, and I say if because what I'm about to suggest, I'm sure very outlandish, but if Mercestiel, Anna, and Thea were to make a public, perhaps not even too public, but a face-to-face apology with Rickelier, surely, for him, seeing them in that position would soothe any feelings he holds.
It will go away, but there's two facets that I think are important. Rickelier is petty. He will want them to experience an impoverished life for a while. Make it look like they come crawling back. And the sincerity is what's going to be important. And I find that hard to...
We can't justify that. I mean, Mercestiel, Theo, Anna, they'll never accept sincerity.
I'll think about it.
They can try to...
Think about it. I'm sure there's something I can garner or give, or jewels or gems or titles or honorifics.
I can attempt, if it helps. I can try to gain information, look through what the treasuries of my people, see if there's something unusual enough that could hold his attention.
I already know what
An
he
item.
wants, unfortunately. He's minor nobility, his family is not landed anymore.
Right.
His family used to own a considerable size of territory near Ulden. I assume. I can marry him perhaps to some minor nobility there. Not minor, but larger.
Landed, right.
It's all just something to think about for now.
Who currently holds Thinvale? Were we to clean it out, and if it has no...
Thinvale didn't have nobility, it was so small.
Right. Grant it to him. Once we clear it out, which we will. Grant it. It is a relatively unknown place, but he has the funds. His own personal island. Rebuild it.
Oh, fuck.
That is big brain. I love this.
Oh, no. Don't give
This
him
is
a
so
private
stupid
island.
and funny. I love it.
It plays
It's
into his
not
sense of
fucking
pride.
Kenyans.
It feeds into his sense of pride. Can he build a city there worthy of the rest of Burton to stand up to Burton itself? He'll pour his money into that, rather than funding anything against the crown.
Not a bad idea. Suppose you have to clear it out for me, so. I need to be alone with my thoughts, and I think you need to, for me anyway, the king would like you to go round up the troublemakers and make sure they're not
Of
up to
course.
trouble.
I think we'll depart first thing tomorrow.
Maybe tonight. At best, please.
All right.
Just get them out of the city.
Is there any transportation I can take?
I can get you a circle and crosspost.
Right.
You just
Perfect.
don't dilly and crosspost. Just get to Ariel, get them off. Just
All right. I'll keep them there for a bit, at least for a week.
I'll send an envoy. It's a private tower in Crosspost. It's only got a ward in it now. It's on the edge. It's not even really in the city, but
Right.
just there.
We will.
Get going. I'll send it to the northern gate. I'll get someone to meet you there.
In the meantime, Everett, you know where we'll be. So if you need anything that time, just send a message to Ariel Keep, and we will respond.
Thank you. Cassidy, you have become a pillar to lean on.
And I hope I can continue to be so. Please, take your rest.
Take
As in, we'll just bow and walk out.
take Reuventir with you.
Oh.
Once he's seen Ariel Keep, he's assured me he's capable of casting
Right.
teleport. So once he knows
Right,
the
right, that
location,
makes-
he can.
Smart.
But I'll need him back
Right,
quick, so
that works.
don't dally.
Of course, we cannot delay your trainings.
You leave, and you write in your book to
Right into Zamani. Zamani, can you gather everyone together so we can leave and depart for Ariel Keep?
We can't hear you.
Muted.
Sorry. And she's just like, oh, thank God. We're at the Twisted Tanker. I need you to, please. I can only keep Theo away from the shots for so much longer.
I'll be right there. And then just
Wait, Zamani, I have an important question. Where's the druid and the kid? Where are they?
I imagine they're in the castle in California.
They're in the castle.
Because last I remember, they went swimming and never came back. So I'm
Yeah, no,
worried.
they stayed when you went to
We
Zakir.
together.
Ah, okay.
I know how to fix the
Sweet.
problem, guys.
Mhm.
We get the kid to plane shift Rickalier. Sorry, what?
Oh, God, that would not solve the problem. That would make
No,
the
it wouldn't.
problem
Of course
worse.
not. I'm a fucking idiot. You know that.
Yep. So, Calicinda, you make your way to the
pick
Twisted
up-
Tankard.
Yep. Yeah, pick up
With
everyone
that.
along the way.
You go to the rooms where you think Aster and Zelly will be.
Zelly.
You find Zelly and a note from Astrid. Not Astrid, Aster.
Aston, pick it up.
It just says, "Good luck against Samael. I don't think I'm the help you need."
What?
Did you see her leave, Zelly?
She left a couple hours ago when you were all teleporting away.
Right. Just fold it, put it into a pocket. That can be dealt with later, I suppose. Zelly, we're about to depart. If you have anything here you want to bring with you, I suppose you have time now.
No, I'm good. Where are we going?
Right. To our home. I have a castle.
Okay, if you say so.
The keep, not a castle.
She's like, this is the
Castle,
weird uncle.
Same thing.
Who
But
are you talking
I
to?
hope we can, I hope we can make it your home as well, Zelly.
Okay. As you bring her through the city to the Twisted
To
Tankard.
Reuventir. I pick up Reuventir first. Then-
Reuventir's waiting for you at the gate. You don't got to pick up
Yeah.
Reuventir. He's punctual and
Yeah.
on point.
Reuventir.
That's the that's the mage?
That's the court
Yeah,
mage. He's only going so he can see Ariel. So when he wants to cast teleport, he's not like shunted off a couple miles.
Understandable.
Let's go collect them.
Funny.
So you guys walk up and you see Reuventir, Calicindir, and Zelly walk into the Twisted Tankard.
I'm gonna
What's
see
up?
if I'm drunk and how drunk I am.
Right. God.
He was actually doing
I'm-
well.
I'm I rolled a
That's
17.
because I revoked his alcohol.
17 total.
Yes.
Yeah, 17 total. I'm doing well.
I come over and I give Dilly a kiss on the top of the head. I'm like, how was your time in the castle?
I like Kazori. She's very fun.
Like,
Aw.
she's very, very fun. I like her a lot too.
She showed me all the places I'm not meant to go, and we went to all of them.
Do you know
we played this very fun game of can you slip under a door and unlock it from the inside, and I can.
That's really cool. I can't do the slipping under part, but I can do the opening part.
Cheeky motherfucker.
I can open it without having to be on the other side.
Look, I got this, and it is Kiana's diary.
Oh,
May I
I
please have
can I-
that?
Yeah, Kazori wanted me to give it to you.
Thank you.
Thank
No,
you for
we'll take
holding
it.
on to that for her.
Put it in the
I
bag.
didn't give her the jewelry.
How much jewelry do you have?
Yeah. And like 5 rings get just regurgitated.
Nice.
Can I tell if any of them are magic? Just like offhand.
No, but you see both Everett and Theo's rings.
I go,
How?
you did good. Partially.
Mind if I'll keep those as well, if that's all right.
Theo
Yeah,
should have
Theo
the option
will
to
grab
keep
them.
his
Perhaps,
ring.
perhaps
I was about to
Theo
say,
should.
Theo should have those.
Okay.
Anyway, we should depart immediately for Ariel.
Yeah.
We're teleporting to Crosspost and make immediate progress towards Ariel Keep. We will stay for
We're being
Around a
brandished
week.
from the kingdom.
We are, yes.
banished.
That's a big word.
Banished.
Close, Sally,
It's okay.
close.
You're learning.
But right,
Do you want to write letters to Kasori later? Do you know how to write? We can teach you.
That seems like a lot of work, but yes.
I like to
Okay.
think Calcin is just like starting the 10-minute process of getting the
Yeah,
ritual
yeah,
ready.
yeah.
The
I'm
circle.
just making up
You're
stuff
like
while
you're sheep herding the the drunk people
Yeah.
towards.
As
Mhm.
as he writes and Zamani is talking with Zeri, Rainy will just like order to go a bunch of dino nuggies for later.
All the nuggies in the Twisted Tanker are down in shape.
All the nuggets.
Mhm.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, you
Uh,
also do notice
you
that
ready
Aster is
to-
not. Well, no, maybe you guys don't notice Aster is not there. Let's be
Wait,
honest.
do you know
you
us? Never.
Before we teleport, Zamani would have been like, wait, we're missing somebody.
I'll tell you when we get to Crosspost.
All right.
Okay.
Anna, you coming? About to cast.
I assumed Anna was listening.
We also
like,
can't
I'll
hear
say,
you
I'll
as
say
well,
it loudly.
Kate, but
I admitted. Yeah, I assumed when Des
Yeah.
said it, when everyone was getting corralled, that's when Anna would have been corralled in.
Yeah.
So I didn't really feel like I needed to point me saying I was
No.
going to join.
Everyone's being
Probably I
sheep
get
herded
to
by
will.
Ruben Tyrion Callus, and they'd be like, "Come on."
Yeah, I just
Be
wanted to involve you.
Yeah.
As you all teleport to Crosspost, it's a little bit further actually outside the gates that both Zamani and Anna are familiar with of Crosspost. It's about a couple miles out. There is a well-dressed, well-put-together half-elven man, and he just goes, "Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The king informed me of your journey. Now please leave."
wonderful. Of course.
Understandable.
Good day to you.
So you can put down because I assume you're going to remember that sigil. It's Faldir's Tower.
Faldir's Town. Do we know who Faldir is?
You just met him.
Have we heard that? That guy.
You just
That's
met
an
him,
introvert.
forehead.
Yeah, I love those NPCs say hi and bye, and that's
No, so
it.
if you were to ask about Faldir, he was someone. If Ruventyr didn't come along, he was going to be next in line to be the court wizard. He is someone studying who studied in a Jarnvir. He is no longer apprenticed anymore. He's considered not a master, but he is no longer an apprentice.
What have
Would
we
I
done in
know-
Crosspost?
You haven't done anything.
We haven't.
Me
It
and
was,
haven't been to
the other
Crosspost?
two session 0.5.
no, that was me
Ah,
and
we
Kate.
never even been here.
No.
No.
And you're
Ah.
technically like a couple miles out from it. It's like close to the woods.
Yeah.
It's actually very close to the
Um,
Morabir.
Would Merc know what Faldir's fucking focus was in magic?
Roll me a history check at disadvantage because you've been drinking.
But I'm not drunk. I rolled a natural 17.
You've still been drinking. And you don't know Faldir well at all.
All right. What does a 9 get me?
Nothing.
Fuck.
You remember the name? You saw maybe... He actually... No, he would have finished his apprenticeship under Jarnvir like 14 years ago, so...
Some mage. I don't know much about him.
So.
Let's go.
You guys are a couple days out from Ariel. 3 days to be precise.
Mhm.
So, as you get there, Ruventir has scrolls that summons steeds and a scroll that summons a carriage.
Hey.
Very cool.
Fuck yeah.
Can we learn that?
You can, yeah.
What's the date? Sorry, Des.
So that would have been
Just
3
confirm.
days after. So I would
I
say
think it's the 12th.
it will be the 12th when you arrive at Ariel. I think.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Do people want to talk on the way, or just sit in contemplative silence?
Cal, where is Asta?
Yeah.
Right. Pull out the note. Hand it across to Smani.
She's in your book, isn't she?
Yeah.
Can we sending her,
I guess you
can.
can.
please? She didn't really give any explanation for why she left.
Sorry, just we'll pretend that I did that like the start of the next day. Because sending wasn't prepared.
That's fine.
Alright, what do you want me to ask?
Why did you leave? Is everything okay? Do you need anything?
Right, perfect.
What's going on? Something like that. The basics, you know.
We're very concerned that you left. Hope everything's fine. Do you need anything?
This is awkward. Yeah, I'm good. It's just there's people in life who are your people, and people in life who aren't. And I just don't think you guys are my people.
She said we're not her people.
I mean, that's fair. We're not really all into the same things. I mean, she had the same goal as us, but
Yeah.
we didn't really work together very well, it seems like.
Well, she seemed fine. She just said it was kind of awkward. But yeah, no, she didn't sound distressed or anything.
Did I can't incite a thing I didn't hear.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like
I hate
from
it.
Merc's passive insight, and from the way that Des responded, it just sounded like it was just a.
I mean, that's fine.
Did you guys not
Yeah.
get my note?
Yeah.
No, just whatever way Aster has been thinking, she just decided not
Yeah.
to continue with the Kingfishers.
That makes sense.
That's okay.
Hadn't paid her in a while either.
Haven't talked to her in a while. We kind of just let her just
I
hang
talked to her
out.
at the cafe last time we were there.
Yeah,
before
but
we headed
Yeah.
out.
none of us did. Like you did.
Yeah.
None of us gave a shit, and I think she noticed.
That's
Look,
right.
if
Time to find
retainers
the
or
next
something,
retainer.
like, yeah, you can get them, but like, just because you got them doesn't mean they're always going to stay.
Yeah, it's like Sims. You have to like have upkeep of relationships.
You find Olivia, she's just gone.
Also,
she's
a lot like
"Fuck these
real
people."
life.
Yes,
So,
which is so cringe.
continuing on your journey, it's fun fact: these steeds, they don't need to be. No one needs to ride. Everyone can be in the carriage.
Right.
Based. And I still cannot start my shit because it's not a full month of traveling.
Nope.
Can we like drive around the keep for
Just
like
wait till we get to
month?
Why
Ariel.
don't we-
Interesting.
But I want to
Interesting
now.
question for you. Assuming they don't have horses in the world beneath, what are the
They do
steeds?
not. So these are like, they're two giant, like, it would be closer to call them a spider, but it's not really exact. They do have 8 legs,
Like a
but it's more
beagle?
4 in the front, 4 in the back. And the head itself is, like, eyes completely going back, like a full helm worth of eyes.
Like
The body
a
is
visor?
large and grey.
Is it
Are they
cute?
chitinous?
They do have
Was
some
it
innate, like exoskeleton based, but there does appear to be, like, the pulsating of organs that are almost translucent on their underside.
So not
Not cute. Not cute.
Oh,
Not
they got a
cute.
little fuzz around the eyes, that they're like whiskers kind of style.
Not cute.
The eyes that go across
saying,
the full head.
You would see Calcin just approach it. They're like complete opposite reaction. He like full on just like starts stroking it, like starts nuzzling it.
These
Yeah.
are the Calanti of the world below. They are large mounts. They're like kind of spiders, but not really.
So I guess now the question is, where is the cutoff point for Zamani's want for pets? Is this below it, or is it still passable as pet?
I was told kind of cute, so it's fine.
Look, it's got like that. Like, have you ever seen like really close up pictures of like the small spiders, like jumping ones? Like, it's got that at the front, but it's all like.
cute.
But like the
Okay,
second
yeah,
it tries to like open a mouth at the bottom, it's just like dripping venomous. It's lovely. But yeah, it's a
It's like
creature
double-
native to the
double
world
jaw.
below. It's a similar effect to war horses, but there seems to be some form of either familiar or psionic link that Ruventier can command these beasts with.
How can I pet the spider creature?
Of course, they're very friendly.
I don't know where to pet the spider creature. I think those are eyes,
Yeah,
and I don't want to like.
Don't pat the eyes.
You would just sort of
No, there is, like,
gesture and
You
say,
across the
Just,
eyes,
like,
there is
slide
like
underneath.
a chitinous gloss-like plate. They don't blink, but like their eyes, you can't actually poke because the innate like
Okay, because I
things,
didn't want
so
to.
you can run your hand
They've
over.
got it. They've essentially got like
A visor,
fucking
yeah.
full like motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, these things
like
are
it.
very good at traversing the world below because they also have spider climbing and they can go upside down. The saddles are a cunt though because you have to get one that wraps full way around and it's like your
Why do
legs
you
get
get
strapped
to
into
say
it.
the word?
Yeah, come on, I said it. Anyway, moving on.
Spindra had to die to walk for these guys to fly. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
These are Spindra's
This
children.
Spindra died to these guys. can live.
Anyway,
The spider thing gets scritchies, and then I go back into the cart.
It gives like this like just this low humming clink.
Oh, I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like it a little bit.
no thanks.
I like it a little bit. The organs thing is kind of creepy, but
Yeah, as you camp, it's like Ruventier pulls out from like a bag of holding this like large like flat top mushroom that he breaks into 3 pieces, and you just see it like dissolve, and you can see it in the like the translucent under part of their body, and it just starts dissolving slowly. You can see bits bubbling off of it.
Ambro and my father took me riding on these my first time. Fell off about, I think, 5 times. Number of bruises, but
the organs
memorable.
part is a little creepy, but their faces are cute. I like
they're
the
very
fuzzy-
respectable towards their riders.
Do they
I
have a
was
name?
with-
Yes, they are Calanti.
No. I mean this one. Is it
No.
Steven but dark Steven?
No, these are my familiars. You'll have to excuse me. I did not name my familiars.
That's weird.
Do you have more than one familiar?
I can.
Fine steed spell. If you
So, as you travel, on the 12th, you do make your way to Ariel. The keep itself being beautiful and refurbished, the walls restored.
Was it not the 12th already?
No, it's 12th when you're arriving at, is what I said. Unless I'm grossly...
Yeah.
Because you guys got to Ariel on the 6th, if I don't remember.
I have it written differently.
Okay.
I've only
Yeah.
started taking track of the dates from when I needed to do it for my mother, so I don't have going far back.
So,
but
oh no, sorry,
I had
I'm correct.
us-
We ended on the 6th and you made your way to Onderal on the 6th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
far
in
back.
my sheet. I had on my sheet when we got to the library, it was the 12th.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I had
that's
that
correct. I just have 6 from the start date of this section. That was when you were in Onderal. So yeah, it's 12, so it'll be 15th when we get to Ariel.
Thank
Cool.
you.
On the 14th, I need to dream with my mother.
Okay.
So that, don't have to worry about that. It'll just so it's known and you know that I did do that and I didn't forget.
Okay, no worries. Do you want to play that out? Do you want to catch up with your mom?
It's fine.
So, as I say, Ariel now has many more homes built up. There's a certain, like, smaller buzz about, I'm going to say, 7 new homes have actually been built on the property right now, although it looks like there's been a little bit of logging going on around on the forest that's not considered the Morrowbeer near you. There's some people kind of strewn around. There's a lot of new faces. A lot of Starless is the first thing that you notice. And there's 2 new families, people that you recognize just from passing Merkestia with your perception that you passed in Vrendenwell. They appear to have left Vrendenwell and moved here. As you guys pull up to the area, Reuben-Tyr thanks you and then promptly dispels everything and casts teleport back to Burton because that's all. He literally came here to see the place.
Oh.
He is literally this meme of the guy.
He literally bends down,
Yeah.
picks up a rock and goes goodbye. And just clicks again.
Bye.
I'll
also
take this.
It's
the
okay, I do
15th
the
is
same
the
thing.
s- 15th is the start of the week.
Yes.
Who am I?
Who were you?
Who is me?
Who am I?
I was Grave Domain, which made a lot of sense because I almost killed a guy.
You find yourself life domain, although you do feel an innate, like, little bit of disappointment from Nemivana.
Yeah, I'll need to fix that.
She called you cringe.
Your relations you feel from what you've just done. Yeah, there's a little bit of a
Yeah,
bad blood
I'll
now.
fix that.
As you do get there is a woman comes out to greet you, a tall and slender in a beautiful long purple and black dress, very similar to Calstoff fashion. Her hair in a side braid, very well maintained. A beautiful, like, silver to blonde, the very dark purple skin, the eyes completely blacked out. Welcome all back to Ariel, Prince Kerasinir and the rest of the Kingfishers, I assume, and comrades. I am Vokatil Tarandin, your stewardess. She gives a deep curtsy.
Wait a second. Out of character. Does that mean is she taking more of our people's jobs?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened to the fucking
Barad,
cat?
yeah. Barad,
Yeah.
she...
What?
Build the wall.
Like, I'm
Our
I'm gonna go,
jobs.
you are very beautiful. And then I turn and I look at Cal. I'm like, where's Varad? Where have you replaced everybody?
Is he still here in the background?
Barad is
I
still
imagine?
here.
Yeah.
He has helped
he's still
me
here.
accumulate the
Yes.
the climate of the region, but
I intended to keep Rodon as something of a
the
local
quartermaster.
go-to as well between the local people around the area and the keep. Don't worry, he's not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Okay. He makes good
But
coffee.
It is a pleasure to have a Tarandin here. I would say welcome, but you've probably been here longer than myself.
Been here a quiet moment. The repairs are fully underway and have done quite well. I'll put her name in chat for you guys.
Also, imagine we see Barod later, but it's a Salas with a wig on. Yes, I'm Barod.
No, it's a Starless with cat ears because he's a Leonin.
yeah.
Cat ears and little tail.
They just
It is
gaslight us. Everyone
It is
is
starting to feel a little bit like Invasion of the Pod people, yeah?
Yeah, a little
it
bit.
really.
There's just
not
Cal
even a
trying to
little bit,
populate his
guys.
own courts with with
People we can trust.
people we can trust. Prince Karasinir, the season's taxes have come in as well, with
Right.
a few things needing your attention to be addressed through, but there is 300 gold in the treasury now.
Perfect. Let us enter the keep.
So
As we go
I wish to
by
see it completed.
the thing, do we see a well reconstructed?
yeah, you do see a well.
Hog.
You
Well.
see Pativan and Inflation, very happy, just chewing grass, and your carriage, a very beautiful carriage, still just where it was.
Kate, why did you do this? They're not dead.
They gotta be.
Is the map like moving around at rapid pace for anybody else?
Is it?
Nope.
My
No,
map is like
It's haunted.
Quick, grim psychometry on the map.
I'm gonna put you guys back on a map you haven't seen in quite some time.
nice.
Is it pretty?
I love this map.
And all the rooms have been restored now.
I don't know. I have bad memories of this map.
I
have
have
great
bad memories
memories
of
of
this
this
map.
map.
What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think all of them.
many villages have not villages, small homes have cropped up outside. As I said, 7 new homes. Not all the Starless have taken up residency in the actual castle proper. However, I will say this building here that has been cleared out has been turned into a barracks, makeshift. Not so much yet.
Do I see any new faces in terms of around the keep area? In terms of people of note.
You know Verada's on his way, but you guys kind of
Yeah.
he'll be here in like 2 days.
Yeah.
But new faces, you see a lot of Starless warriors and army on their cars and veer set up to take place here. You do see a couple people strewn around waiting for, like, actually only one person of note that is looking for an audience with the the local lord.
Just looking over at Vocatil. Who is that there?
I
that
believe
looks
that is a gentleman that has made his way up from Vrendenwell along with some others. He's been working out of a cart so much for now.
Right.
He's wishing to set up a general store, but needs permission from you to do so.
Right, that can be resolved quickly. What time of day is it at the moment, actually?
It's you guys. I say you would have arrived here in the morning.
Okay, yeah. That can be handled today then. I mean, I don't think it even.
She does
needs to be
inform you his
resolved.
name is Edgar Mickle.
Edgar Mickle.
Does that name ring a bell at all from any of like patients or any?
Yeah, no, he did have the
people that I
fever.
dealt with?
He
He
is.
had the fever. Cool.
He is one of the very few that survived in the end.
Yeah. Cool. So he should be fucking grateful to us then.
Yeah, it's probably why he wants to start a shop in your town.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Other than that, there's like the 2 families that have moved in, but they're not so much wishing to seek audience or court. And there's probably people that are making their way to seek court, but the entire world knows you were just in Burton. So for news to travel for people to come here, it'll be a couple of days.
Right.
I imagine there's no point holding court for a few days, but
No, but I would recommend
get the
speaking
arrangements
to
prepared.
to Edgar.
Right.
The undercroft has been cleared. The rooms have all been cleared. Your
Perfect.
seamstress
anything-
Olivia has been quite the godsend. Actually, there's been
Really?
a lot of the clothes we came in were not accustomed to surface temperatures.
I found the same problem. But it's good to know that she's been helpful.
Yes, your quartermaster Barot has also been quite helpful in talking to us about the area, and
Perfect.
as for word being set up, we've been made aware that a Goliath contingency is on their way.
Indeed. They wish to, well, he's bringing a fully armed detachment of warriors with him to fight here. So that's, make them feel welcomed, clear out some room for them. They are large lads, but I'm sure we can find the space.
Wait. What? Elias?
Yes, from Beller. They,
Oh, is this?
share
More
our
cold
bad
stuff.
blood. Yes, well, they share our bad blood with Jotuns, and we're all too ready to help bridge the gap between our people and theirs.
Fair enough.
There are a few small matters that do need your attention. It
Right.
has come to our attention that expanding territory, we did not want to build too many more homes without first consulting you on placement of walls, as we feel that is the most necessary next precaution. But please, your rooms have all been kept as close as how we could have when you left. More rooms have been cleared. It only looked like there was a few rooms. I don't know who everyone's was. We could only really discern one as the Lord's Manor, for you, obviously.
Of course. I will, after we all get situated in our rooms, I will need to speak to you. Just to go through some formalities and general updates and everything on the situation.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Please, find your rooms, and if you need me, I will be in the main hall.
Just one thing before you leave. You didn't find anything in the Undercroft. Have you searched it yet?
We have searched it. We found it was mostly searched, cleared when I arrived. Rod was doing a lot of the work of organising crews to repair it all, but I did send for knowledge, but there's not much of note down there, to be honest. Most of it was crushed in the collapse. The only thing of note that we can ascertain is there appears to be the remnants, albeit not complete. If you want, we can fix them, of an arcane gate of some sort. I do not know which realm it was designed to lead to, but there is one.
Right.
The remnants of it. We've kept as much of it intact as we could. I'm sure Riventir could complete its construction, but we don't know where it would lead to.
Do you have any Arcanists in your detachment?
Well, we have...
Besides Ruventir.
There's an Arcanist here, and she has done a bit of study on it when she's not casting the circle. Riventir was our lead Arcanist. We have some capable battle mages, but no lead Arcanists in the castle.
Well, I think we'll probably take a look at it.
Cal, I think I might have a chance of ascertaining what the place is.
Perfect. Well, let's all get situated in our rooms, and we can go down there later.
Shall I alert Nina to your presence for lunch?
Perfect.
Brilliant.
They didn't replace Nina yet. Yes.
You go in, it's Nina, but it's just a starless and a maid outfit.
Hello, I am Nina.
Yeah, Nina with like 3 apostrophes.
Ah, yes, Nina.
An apostrophe
Yeah.
between each letter.
Spelled K-N-E-E.
Of course, A
Oh,
later.
fuck.
Yeah. Then apostrophe
NaH.
AA.
But
There's a
it is my
silent G in
pleasure
there.
to make all of your acquaintance. I am aware of most of you from the reports, although you do bring new faces.
Yes,
One
this
of the
is
most-
Good.
This is Ellie.
It's a pleasure
She's her
to meet
daughter. She's special. And I go, Zilly, you can show her if you want to.
you. She just
Uh-huh.
lets some of the
Yeah.
pseudopods go out and she goes, "Huh. How interesting.
She's at that
Indeed.
age, you know.
Happens to the best of us."
Been through a lot.
And the
Please be
worst.
kind to her.
And this is Theo.
Show her the pseudopods, Theo.
Ah,
No.
I can do that.
What is your way,
No,
Theo?
she goes, "Pleasure to meet you, Thea. Shall the Master Theo and Mistress Zelly be homed within the castle, Calicindia?
If there is room, I would very much appreciate that.
So we cleared out many rooms on the second floor.
Perfect.
Are we having a party, Cal?
Would you like a party?
We did say that we should have a party and invite all of the people in. so
And
that they
you
would stop
said
being
yes.
So afraid of you.
Yes, however, I was going to wait a few days for everyone to arrive.
That's fair.
I'm
Who are
aware
we
that
to?
there is dignitaries from
Yes.
Sathasa and Bellerin on their way, as well as I have heard reports come in of someone from Lothric, I believe. Ruventir has made me aware. I assume you would have
Nice.
told Ruventir and he is going to tell
Yes.
us this information on.
Correct, there's a ward.
We might have some friendly
Busy cow.
faces or some familiar faces from Stassa. So.
In
That
that
would be
case, we can have a few days to prepare for the party, and this will be also good practice for
Precisely.
me because next party I will be making wedging for Merc. So this is like a trial run. You said yes. I remember.
Mercestial, you did say yes. However, I didn't say yes. So, Rainier, you can watch and learn from the party as it's organized. So when it comes down to Mercestials, you have that knowledge from what you've seen firsthand.
Okay, I hear what you are saying, but then who is going to organize the party? If not me.
I believe I am, Lady Rainier.
What's your
The one-
experience of parties? Because I haven't been to your party before.
I'm
Yeah,
quite
you
akin to
can't do a
high
single
society within the Starless Kingdom of Vision Alexander, I assure you. The Tarandin name weighs a lot in that regard.
Sure, but is it poppin'?
I
That
believe
goes
it
to
is
the moon.
popping, as you would put it in common.
Then fine. I'll see what you're made of. I'll see what you can do.
This
I
is
will
why I
have
went to court alone.
I will have Olivia start preparing the finest of outfits for you.
Perfect. Let's all go to our rooms now.
So Zamani, do you
Damani's
take
already
one of the
walked
new rooms, or do you still take Cal's?
Damani's already like gone. She's
It's a
already
power
in. I mean, she's probably going to claim both. To be honest,
Based.
she's gonna be like, cool. I'm gonna have a room, and then when I want to stay with Cal, I'll do that too.
God
A
damn it.
companion of convenience. There we go.
Where do you put your things though? The things in your room or in Cal's?
It depends on which
Probably-
things you're talking
Yeah, it's
about.
probably a bit of both.
Okay.
She's got a drawer.
the ropes go to Kel's room. Everything
Yeah.
else.
She has like this like suitcase looking thing. That one goes in Cal's room.
Understandable.
Little
Rainier
pop-out
will.
wheels.
She has her
We'll
Tahoe
go-
bag in Cal's room.
No, the hoe is Cal. This is like the address to Cal.
It's
Yeah.
not a to-go bag.
Oh,
Rainier will
I'm
go.
gonna take
with
advantage
Zeddy
for that one.
Why? Who said?
That was good. That was good.
Okay.
I said it.
Okay. Rainier will go with Zeddy to like see if the room needs any adjustments, any like pictures on the wall and shit. And then
They're
I
all
wanna
pretty
go-
balanced. So yeah, you can
Okay.
put some stuff up.
We're gonna put some stuff up. Zeddy has some paintings, pictures, so we're gonna slap them on, and then I'm gonna go find Olivia.
Olivia is her room has. They actually, when Brad was doing it, they took out one of the walls to connect the room and expand a little bit, so she's a workshop.
Oh hell yeah!
She sees you and she goes, "Oh, Rainier." And she sits up and she goes, "It's great to see. It feels like it's been a long time.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've met a lot of new people.
Are they okay? Are they treating you right?
They're very nice. They're very official. I'm good. I'm good. How was your travels?
Pretty good. We fought some shit. I died. Got 11 kids. We got kicked out of a castle. A lot happened.
Thought it was like
None of
13.
that
Sure.
surprises me.
Yeah. Speaking of the kids, if you see like a weird kid with a bunch of like little tentacles sticking out, that's Zelly.
All right. You died? That seems
Yeah.
uncharacteristic of you.
Yeah, listen, I don't like talking about it. It's kind of like an embarrassing moment in my life, but I guess everyone shits the bed once in
Well, I
in
died
lifetime,
here
you know?
too, so I suppose a one for
Yeah,
one.
but that's you and I'm me. I'm cool. I'm supposed to not, you
I
know?
don't think if we've died the same amount. That puts us on equal footing. And, yeah.
I mean, does it actually?
Look, I put it this way: I can make a dress. You can't make a dress. You've died. I've died. I can't get into a fight, but you can get into a fight. We're kind of even now.
But can you turn into a huge owlbear?
I mean, I've never tried.
Well,
Can you turn
try
a dress
and
that
then-
would fit a huge owlbear?
Yes.
You're lying.
No, it's not going to be pretty, but it will function.
Ah, see, that's the difference. I am pretty.
Okay. First of all, fuck you. Second, we're gonna have a party in a few days. But Stinky Cal is saying I can't organize shit. So,
Makes sense.
I don't like that. So the steward is taking on the role or whatever. But I'm pretty sure we can do a little bit on the side, you know, just a little after party, you know. Cal doesn't need to know.
Rainier, are you coming on to me right now?
No. What? No.
I don't know, that feels a little out of character. This feels like territory you're not the best with. I have been practicing with a knife, though.
That's very good. And I will see how long you will be able to sustain a plank. No, the after party, I'm saying like we're gonna have the official party with all the big wigs and the boring people, and then we're gonna have a small party for the family members. And this is where I need your help. So I'm thinking a game, right? You have like a big piece of cloth, and you have a lot of smaller pieces of cloth in a circle of different colors sewed on top. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, so I'll need your help with it. You know, ridiculous. I mean, look at you. Got him.
I have worked with you.
Zamani's great at Twister.
Oh, I'm sure.
Merc's dog shit. Merc
is
spins
horrible at it.
Merc
Yeah.
does the spinning and that's it.
So I'm giving her like this directions for medieval Yule Twister.
Heel twister. No.
This is a strange request. You feel like you've loosened up a lot since you left, which is nice to see. You must really be warming up to them.
I don't know. The jury is still out on that one.
I don't think
Anyway.
it is.
Bye. Benedicts.
So, Anna, what are you doing around the keep?
Unmute before I start talking. I honestly don't have a fucking clue.
All right, well, I'm about to go down the line and ask everybody. So if you don't got a thing, be ready to be asked. I can come back to you if you want.
I got nothing in my brain as far as what I'm going to be doing.
Bet. I have something that I think, if you haven't thought of something, I'll have something for you when I get back to you.
Based.
All right, who has something they want to do? If they've thought of it, put up your hand in there. Marcastile.
Oh, hi, it's me, the resident cleric. Merc wants to find a quiet place, probably like, if there's a nearby tree, hoping it's got a bird nest in it. If not, no biggie.
You'll have to
just
go
a quiet
outside of the
place to-
walls of the castle to find that, but yeah, in the village you'll be able to find, like small fledgling village that's setting up.
Yeah, just to reflect and to. She is not begging for forgiveness. She is asking for a way to. What's the word? Yeah, atone for what she's done.
So, she's gonna sit there, looking for a sign, a symbol, something. There is a. Let's roll. Okay. The wind picks up quite a lot, and in the tree above you, you notice the gust takes a little bit extra, maybe a little bit more of a push, and a small nest falls out. And the nest falls on the ground, and you see in it a lone egg that has hatched a small baby bird. You don't see any parents.
Okay. Because. So AJ knows that you don't touch birds that have been abandoned because then the parents full on fucking abandon them. But
Mercastile feels that there's not parents coming in. You will have to take care of this bird to show that you are capable of fostering life, not harm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What type of bird is it? Is it like a little
me
like
nature check.
sparrowy thing? I can. What's my nature? Probably not great, but. Okay. Apparently, Nemavana really wants me to look after this bird because that was a nat 21.
You're pretty not the most with like animals and stuff, but you do recognize this like the broad, blunt tip wings, slender tail. It's a sparrowhawk.
Yeah, Merc will just pick up the nest for now, just until the little bub gets, a bit more warmed up to her, and just cradling it. And
I feel like you should probably bring this inside for some warmth.
Let's go, little one. And yeah, she'll literally just be like this, just trot back to the castle. Just, I got you. Like shielding up from the wind and just.
The challenge has been given.
See what I can do.
So, next up. How did I see a hand go up?
You sure did, Des.
What
First
do you
things
do?
first, Callison did. Go to his rooms and, start unpacking everything. But he'll get out from his portable hole the tapestry from Inner Shale.
Okay.
And then just over one of the walls, just at least the start of draping it out and laying it out. But after that, he's going to try and look for Burrard.
Okay. You find Barad near the staff house, which is brimming with people. He's in there. He's got like a half apron on. He's cooking up a storm for a lot of soldiers. He goes, well, I'm
Burrard?
Callison here. I have met your contingency of fellows, and it's hungry.
I hope they've treated you well, Burrard.
They have voted me out of
Good.
all the sausage that I could find. Do you not have sausage in the underworld?
No, it is quite unusual. I like it, but different.
As you, by the way, when you get in, all the soldiers immediately stop eating and they kneel.
He just turns around for a second, he's like, yeah, shit. As you were.
They just go back to you.
Who's in command? Yeah.
Are you asking Barad or are you asking the soldiers?
He would just resume his conversation because I imagine they're sort of a bit off.
I assume that would be Lady Focatil.
Right. Good to know.
Or do you mean more in charge of the warriors?
More in charge of the warriors, yeah.
I believe that was a Ruventier, but they are not here.
Right. No.
I believe. One second, I will check my notes. There is someone who got a field promotion. Yeah. So, putting the name in chat for you, so I don't have to do it when you ask. Krelanva Dorodin. She got a field promotion, basically. She was second in command from Ruventier. She is not an Arcanist, but she is a warrior.
Mm-hmm. Good to know, another person to speak to later. But I wanted to ask you, Barad, before we departed, you told me that with the keep being reconstructed, the secret passageways would also be rebuilt and refurbished.
I saw to
Has
that.
Right.
There is a passageway leading from the master suite to a library on the first floor. There is
You showed me that one.
There is room from the kitchens to a portion on the northeastern wall to get out. And there is from the barracks there is a secret passage down to the old crypt where the portal is.
Right. Perfect. Thank you for that, Barad. I wish you good luck cooking up, all of this food. There'll be more coming, so I hope the Goliaths brought their own quartermaster.
Let's hope so. I do not know how long I can keep cooking for. How were your journeys?
Tiring, but I guess a mix of good and bad. Wasn't the smoothest, but we got a lot accomplished.
Your accomplishment, as he raises a glass he has beside the pan, just takes a sip.
If there's anything I can do in the meantime, Barad, please let me know.
I would very much so like it if you could hire a chef.
Well, I'll see to it that happens. But I don't know if you have any concerns or not at all, but I do intend to keep you on here.
I've been too busy for that thought to even cross my mind. But
Well,
that is good news.
don't let it.
The Lady of Oaktail, she has been extremely helpful in the more political, once addressed to areas. There is I told her of the local nobility of Volcom and Vrendenwell and such. But, she has sent letters to local nations.
Right. Perfect. Well, Bernard, good luck.
Thank you.
And Calcinder will take off and try and find wherever Zamani is at the moment.
So she would be looking for secret passageways and secret rooms.
So,
Yep.
I'd say you find her pretty well, like tapping along the walls of the keep.
Zamani, I hope you're not planning to sabotage anything here at this keep here.
No, I'm looking for the secret rooms that Varad told me about and refuses to tell me where they are.
Of course. And I do believe I promised to show you once the keep was rebuilt.
She straightens up a bit and goes, lead the way.
Alright. Let's start out here in the library. Probably I imagine it's probably the easiest.
Yeah.
And probably just go straight to the library. And I think Bernard showed me it was around here. I can't remember how it was opened. If
It's just like a fake,
level.
candlestick.
Just after you.
You get murdered. Brutally. In the
Just this lot of Starless assassins just gathered around.
Zamani coming back out. Hello, I am Zamani. Starless.
Yes, Zamani, yeah.
Starless with
Figures.
paper mache wings.
Zamani. That's how we spell the name now.
Now, there's a few of these. I do believe there's one by the north gate that leads to the outside.
Are they all
As
secret
well.
passages, or are there also secret rooms?
He only mentioned secret passages. I don't know if he was keeping secret rooms for himself, but
I'm just
At
saying,
least you told
having
me
a
about the
bedroom and a
passages.
secret room would be amazing.
future plan down the line if it doesn't exist already. Expansion fair I'll keep.
You grew up in a castle, right? Probably much, much larger than this.
Much bigger, but
Yes.
same principle.
Did you also have secret passages there? Did you ever run around?
Of course. Of course, that
I
was
was-
hours of entertainment. Seeing if you could discover new passageways, see if you could try and find each other after you disappeared. It's good fun. But of course, once you got older, you're easier to spot, and if the guards saw you running off in a secret passageway, you'd be dragged off back to face Mother and all of everything that would entail after that, so it became harder, but you always remembered where they were.
When I was little, I used to pretend that the back alleys and the small little nooks and crannies that the kids would go through to when they stole an apple or something and would hide in. I used to pretend that they were secret passages in the castle.
Well,
It just always seemed so fun.
now you have the real deal.
Yeah.
See if it lives up to the street passageways.
Oh, it's amazing so far.
A bit shabby, I'm sure, in comparison.
Then the alleyways? No, this is wonderful.
Less
There's no
danger,
shit
though,
in the
less
corner.
threat. That's true, they just smell better. Just
Much better.
And well, that's about it.
Less people
An
yelling.
improvement.
Yes.
That's
Very
true.
much
Less potential people wanting to mug you, or I don't know, Syrups pretty bad.
Less getting beaten for stealing food.
Yeah, less of all that.
It's much
Imagine that
better.
they just look like making their way up.
Yeah. You make your way from
Yeah.
the library to the room, and then you make your way from the kitchen to the exit, and the barracks to the undercroft. As you guys
Now,
make your way.
these are-
Oop, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, fire ahead.
I'll say, now these are all the ones that he told me about, so if you do discover any others, feel free to let me know, or keep them a secret, I don't really mind, but, you know.
Well, you know who the best person who's going to be for searching for these is going to be?
Who?
Zelly. She can pass through the brick walls.
Huh. Hadn't even thought about that.
Remember,
perhaps
she
it could
found
be
the secret trapdoor with the box in it.
That's a good point. Well, perhaps it could be mother-daughter bonding there.
Oh, it's going to be the best game of hide and seek I'm never going to win.
Absolutely not. You will lose in the first hour.
Oh yeah, I'm not the best at like hunting things down like that. It'll be great fun.
Sorry, Des.
No. So as you make your way down to the crypt with the not the undercroft, where the the gate, arcane gate once was. Calasindir with some money, you walk through, and your heart kind of skips a beat for a second, Calasindir, and Zamani, you feel a little weird because you see someone that looks almost the spit of Calasindir, a little taller, a little broader, as turning around, hair much more military. Calasindir, you see your father.
What? Father?
Calasindir, it was everything I could do to keep this a secret from you.
What are you... Catherine is like actively, probably with emotions that have never actually been seen on his face before, just smile broad across
He just
his face. Just
walks. You see, like,
walks faster.
Amrathan is a
And just
much
pulls it
bigger elf than Cal, standing close to 6'10", muscle to God's end, and takes Cal in a large hug.
Yeah.
And then he turns and goes, "You must be Calasinder's friends of mine," and he pulls you in and gives a hug.
Ooh.
She's definitely kind of stiff for a second, and then just like relaxes into it. I've been trying to get him to smile like that for a long time.
You've not been smiling, boy.
This way.
I came up with Ruventir and Vokatil. I cannot stay for long, but your mother could not keep
barely
me.
Imagine. I know. I barely imagined that mother would let you go this far.
Well, she thinks I'm sailing off on the lakes. So.
I like it. Remember when we did that one time?
I
You snuck me
remember.
out for the day.
I remember the caning we got.
Yes, all too well.
Now,
But
tell me of your journeys.
here.
I have not seen you in quite some time.
there's a lot to catch up on. Actually, speaking of which, there is something to catch up on first. I guess Zamani, she was there for it, but I faced Irazilic.
Put him down, I assume.
I did. He wasn't... Well, I never knew him, but it wasn't him. His mind had long since abandoned.
You
He
could have
thought-
seen him in his prime.
I did. Get a glimpse, at least. At the end. He thought I was you, though, the whole time. He kept calling me.
Sure, you've never had a better compliment.
He left you this, though. And Calasinda pulled up the unopened letter. It's addressed to you. I thought that better for us to read it together.
He takes it from you. It's all right with you, son. I'm not ready to read this yet. I need time to process.
Of course. Of course.
I promise when I do,
But
I'll inform you. But
Of course. I know that.
he puts it in his
But
pocket.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
want to touch it until
I did
you
not
read.
think he'd even remember me. I squired with him for a while, but
I dare say you were the only person he did remember.
enough of the enough of the depressing conversation. This is happy.
Of course.
As
I have a
as
lot
a nice
of better news to
segue.
tell you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, sorry, Samani.
I was just going to offer that Cal does have the ability to spend time with people in their dreams when they sleep. So if you
That is
two
true.
did want to spend time together, you could always do so that way.
Sleep. I haven't done that in a few hundred years.
Yes, I've been doing a bit with Mother, and well, sleeping has not been the easiest, I think. But it is a means.
I have had brief contact with your mother, catching me up on your travels.
Yes,
As I'm strictly not here.
Of course, of course.
Just come walk with me.
Take off. I imagine just starts relaying everything.
Yeah, taking. And as he gets to walking off, you and Cal stop and he goes, I wasn't just speaking to Calicinda, you can come too. Tell me what you've been doing. Tell me how you know my son, and please tell me all the embarrassing parts. As he...
Oh, God.
Oh.
No,
Oh, you don't want
no.
those.
Yeah.
Well,
As
The king just goes.
So, Calzamani and Amrathan start walking through the grounds of Ariel. As y'all are just passing, you've seen people be stuffy around Cal, but people, when they even see Amrathan start walking near, they freeze, they become full attention. Whatever just rank as king he has once had, his rank in the military was higher, and he commands a lot of respect. As this is all happening, where are you right now?
Did we skip Daria? Out of curiosity.
No, Rainier went to Olivia.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, cool. I don't know where the fuck I am.
Look, same. I'm just kind of like half hallucinating my life away right now.
It's a mood.
Where would you be in Ariel?
It's been so long that we've been here. I don't fucking remember half the places.
Based.
There's a new and improved well if you want to jump into it or something. I don't
there's
know.
also a library, which is kind of like Anna's whole vibe.
Yeah, that is Anna's whole thing. We'll go there. That sounds like a good idea.
So, as you hear, like, just the low flicker of candlelight in your element, there's familiar footsteps through the ethereal. As the doors, you just hear the latches close and lock. As in a very, very nice, like, kind of, no blazer this time, just vest, shirt, and navy slacks. Oh, you're back here.
Yeah, pretty. I got kicked out of the castle, the Burton, so we had to come back here.
All right. I won't ask questions.
But I can tell you, we beat the shit out of Oasis. It was fun.
Interesting way to go about it. Not how I would have done it, but to each their own.
Everyone has their own ways.
Yes, I didn't get the name Father of Schemes for quick action.
I suppose my group has been calling you weird enough.
So, tell me, how have you adjusted to your new powers, Anna?
It feels, honestly, it feels better than having the Phoenix in me, that's for fucking sure. It feels right, if I'm being honest.
So, I've come across something that I think we can trade. It's something you'll have
What do you
to
mean?
acquire. I've been watching your group from afar, and it is my knowledge that you're heading towards Lake Hatspire.
That seems to be the case, yeah.
There's a small village there, close, called Lavoka. And buried within the grounds is an artifact more powerful than most people know. It's a source of all facets of magic and knowledge, spells, and I believe that is something that is very worthwhile trading. Mind you, I can copy it myself, but you will have to steal this. I think this is something that the Lord of Disintegration could go for. It is in your path. I've been searching for something along your path.
What is this thing I'll be looking for?
It's an artifact. It's a tome. It's buried. There's a small graveyard in Lavoka. It's It's known as the Vanguard's Rest. There's a few graves there only. It's for the grave of someone called Liber. It's an essence that's buried beneath that.
That is the best plan we have so far.
On your path, yes.
I don't really feel like giving the Lothar's integration a powerful magical item is a good thing for us.
No, but I will study it before I trade it. I'm not an idiot.
No, I expected you to, but
In fact, if I can get it my way, I'll make a very, very convincing replica. And I'll keep the original for myself, but...
I'm not gonna know what you're saying.
How do you feel about grave robbing?
Sure. I have no moral country toward it, no.
I feel like it'll work. As long as you don't get caught, there is a very, very capable Arcanist who will probably kill you if you get caught. So don't get caught.
Gotcha.
And what's the name of the Arcanist?
There's a Shadow Fae woman in Devoka. She is the court mage of Rindleton.
Anything in particular I should be worried about her?
She's just a
Does she
capable
have the ability
mage.
Does she have the ability to watch over the entire town at once?
No, she does not.
Can
Not
she
to my
see
knowledge.
invisible creatures?
She has access to spells that can do that, but no, she does not herself. I do have a connection. If you get in trouble, break this, as he hands you a small branch. There's a small tree planted in that village. It is spawned from the roots of her former lover. And that will set the tree on fire. I'm sure that would keep her distracted, if you need to.
What the fuck?
Right.
I'd rather not
Chain-
desecrate for the fun of it, but...
Look, I don't go around desecrating graves for the sake of it, but if it's a help, then it is something I aim to do.
If you're invisible, I assume you can do it without being seen, or I assume your allies will want to talk to this wizard. Just sneak off when it's happening. No one need know that the grave was tampered with once you have access to, make it look subtle.
Can do. That will be something I'm capable of doing, yes.
I feel like there's a lot of information I can gain from this. We can make this trade, as all trades I like, work better in my way.
If there's anything that I can gain from it as well, I'd be happy to learn. If you're willing to offer any of it, of course.
There might be some old magic in that book that could provide useful for you.
That's what I'd like to hear.
As the footsteps, he starts walking towards the door and just phases through it, and you hear them all unlock.
And it just continues scrolling through the book she's reading, just...
So, is there anything else people would like to do in general, as I desecrate the corpses of not one but two characters from the last campaign, possibly?
I mean, considering everything that's happened, Callus, I had plans, but Callus Ben Sindir will put those aside to spend time with his dad. So, yeah, that's going to be him.
I have a question.
Him done.
How long will we stay in the keep? Please say a month. Please say a month. A month. A
About
month.
a week. A week.
Fuck.
About a week.
Then I have nothing to do except fucking after party. Well, a question though. Do we have any place here to gather ingredients? Because I want to spend this time somewhat useful.
You have a small forest near you that's not directly connected to the Morrowbeer, so you could maybe do something like that, and you also have a mine shaft that has some shrooms and underground stuff growing in it that you could
A
look
shaft with shrooms. That's a fun party spot. Shrooms for the after party, by the way. Okay, that's not for today, but I will later then visit the forest and the shroom place.
Okay.
And I have something I want to discuss with Zamani real quick, but I think she's with her new foxy elf daddy.
Mm.
So that's probably later.
It's a generational thing. You want to get it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Apart from the fact
Yeah,
that
I
there's
was
several
I was
hundred
gonna
years
just
between the
spend
two
time
of
with
them.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Later then.
Rathan is you can see a lot of charm in him. He is not like brooding. He is like open and happy. He explains to you that your advisor that is here, Voktil Tarandin, is actually of the same family he was originally from. He is a Thalkelzir now by marriage, but he talks very highly of his former family.
Perfect.
And just generate shared stories of Cal as a child, of
Yeah.
him being a little book nerd and not wanting to, like, you know, he reminisces of trying to get Calasindir ready for his Karzun Veer and worrying far more than he needed to, like trying to make Cal do like 100 push-ups a day and Cal could only get like 40 and he's like, come on.
That was hell. I was very prepared, but it was hell.
Strength has never been my strong suit. I usually stick to the shadows and far away, so I
Well,
can agree with you
look
there.
at me now. Scarcely
Yeah.
kept it up.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, warlock things.
Precisely.
Hashtag warlock things.
Look, what you lack in upper body strength, you make up for in wits and smarts.
I'll take
Lower
that.
body strength. Ayo.
Yes, his dad says that.
I know. You don't know what we're doing in the planning chat right now.
One second, guys.
Okay.
Is being
So
degenerate
on-
I definitely
the
wasn't being a
scale-
huge degenerate in chat.
Yeah,
and I
on the
didn't,
scale from
like,
1 to 10, how hot is he?
So he's like Cal if Cal's like hobby was just being like a powerlifter and bodybuilder.
It's
Damn.
like, okay, so it's Cal, but if Cal wasn't a twink, but like a bear.
Yeah.
And swap that
Ooh.
around.
Oh.
Swap that around.
Ooh, okay.
But probably because he's, elven lineage.
Well, like an
not
otter?
a single hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's like, that's what I said. He's like in bodybuilder competitions, like he's no hair, just oiled up for the gods, just consistently.
Oil. Whenever he walks, it's this kind of sound.
I don't like
The
it.
armor is just a thong.
Wait, what? What do you mean you don't like it? You don't need to spend all of your like expensive lube on this guy. He comes pre-made, pre-ready.
Pre-made.
He's a prefab.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
As you all do branch off, he will ask to speak to Calasindir in person, just like face to face, one on one, and he brings you to a private area, and he just goes, "So, I know you're on your whole mission for the shards and everything now, but you're getting to a certain age where, for the family's sake, it is expected for marriage.
I know.
Is this... You seem very fond of that girl."
It's not that sort of thing.
I certainly hope
At
not.
least-
She's nice, but I don't know if she's highborn.
Well, technically, still is nobility, so. But
If she's nobility, we can perhaps work some political
I don't
agreement
believe
out. But
that's within her interest, however.
your mother has ideas for suitors.
I know.
I
I
have ideas.
long since expected that my return, whenever, if ever, that would be to the world below, would be met with an imminent wedding. I consigned myself to that fate ever since I was.
It doesn't always have to be bad. Look at me and your mom. We didn't get off on the best foot, but we're great now.
That's true.
If you've got someone in mind, you know, I don't know if you'll look at marrying the queen of a kingdom, but
God, no. I mean,
that's part of why I'm here. Is I want to try and your mother has some interesting candidates.
well, there's Kiana of.
I totally didn't just make that joke.
No, that was Jen. That was Jen.
Yeah.
That was Jen.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh my
Okay.
god, could you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Look,
Oh, shard or not, I'd rip it out of his fucking head.
maybe, but I don't know. To be honest, I'm.
Look, right
Well,
now your
I'm-
mother is trying to build a bridge between ourselves and the Inquisition. And the daughter of the head of the Inquisition is a prime candidate.
Can I be perfectly honest with you, Father?
You have no interest in marriage, I understand.
No, it's not that. I mean, yes, for one, but that's also mainly because of the position that I'm in. I doubt I will be getting a chance to settle.
The marriage doesn't matter, we just need the betrothment to happen.
Right. As for the Inquisition, though, you know what happened when Irizilic returned with the shard?
I am aware. To be perfectly honest, had he have asked, I would have gone with him.
I will not return to the world below with just one shard. Because I will not let them take it, no matter what. And if they try, I will tear them apart. And I will destroy their entire organization.
I would stand and fight with you, son. But we gotta pick our battles smart.
Indeed.
It was tense. The news of your gathering of shards has started to make progress through connections, through the right ones to speak well of your trials, to speak well of you. But that just makes you a better candidate for marriage. And as I said, the wedding itself does not matter, but there are eyes upon your mother to get you betrothed, because the longer it goes without it, the worse it looks. Even Irizilic was betrothed, although it never happened.
What is the general consensus, the general feeling of a surface marriage arrangement?
Son, you'll have to give me a good one, because trying to get your mother to agree to that politically and the ambassadors to...
I'm so sorry. Can I just say one thing? Please say yes, Des. Can we have a one-shot of a bachelor-style show with Cal and like a bunch of suitors, please? I think that'd be so genius.
Look,
yes.
I can make it happen.
As a non-canon one-shot.
No, canon or nothing.
It's canon. It's fucking canon. You don't get a choice.
Sure. I'll see what I can do. I'll need some money there.
Right.
Of course. I will also be there just to be the first one out. Yeah. You know, they always have like one stupid ass like ploy in there. You know that.
Very well. I may, in terms of suitable arrangements on the surface that will be approved of, there is only one that I know of.
And who is that?
And it could help a friend and a connection.
All right. Out with it, boy.
Elstine, Princess Elstine of the Lithonians. She is supposed to marry King Everard of Burton. Well, rather her father wants it, but he has been beseeching me to get him out of the whole deal. I would be gaining an immense amount of favor with him, and it would prevent me from having any business returning to the world below for the time being.
I'll bring it up to your mother. I don't know much of these Lithonians, but I'll bring it up to her. When she knows, I'm sure she'll get in contact to berate you about it in a dream.
Well, I don't have to dream her.
Yeah, that'll go well. Don't respond to the sending from your mother.
God, could you imagine? Be self-exiled from the world below for a few centuries? Regardless
I'm pretty
of
sure
the shards or not.
Your mother will... I believe sending works across planes, and the realm of the undead is another plane of existence. I'm pretty sure she would still target you. Find some way for that magic to go through.
God, not even the afterlife. But I will speak to her about it, regardless of whatever happens with here on the surface, even if it does have to be in the world below. I'll speak to her.
Perhaps bring a list of candidates. Don't just bring
It'll be a
one.
very short list.
Maybe make it longer.
I
Lie.
wouldn't-
Put a few false names on it. Just
Is
It's
that
not
what
the
you
same
did?
name, just misspelled.
what I did. I was the list boy. I was at the top of your mother's list. I assure you.
Oh.
I was not. But
You still did well for yourself.
I landed in the tall grass.
But thank you.
So, as you walk and converse with your father, we're gonna wind down the session. Unless people have last minute things they want to do.
Mhm.
No? Okay. So, thank you so much for watching us today. We'll be live again next Monday. And just vibing with Kingslayers. And if you liked what you saw, please consider dropping a follow. If you like the sort of content we put out on our Patreon, we just launched an entire month for December of D&D December, and we released 4 sub races, four races, a sub race, and 5 subclasses, and 2 subclasses that are up there for free. It's $5 a month. If that's sort of stuff that interests you, it's up there for free. It's only $5. It's very cool, and yeah. Thank you just so much for everyone who donated, everyone who subscribed today. Really, really appreciate it. I'm going to keep this drastically short. I'm suffering with time. Goodbye. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.